broken system, chained and tangled up in lies. Voices shouting, screaming in defeat. Politicians playing games under darkened skies. Hope lost in the dust of the street. Red and blue, colors pouring from the sky. Debates turn to anger, the crowd gets loud. Punches flying in the blink of an eye. Truth buried deep beneath the shroud. Welcome to the bullpen, where we don't survive. These broken dreams we defend, trying to keep alive. Faces on the screen, flashing perfect teeth. But behind those eyes, just rotting greed. Politicians turn to whispers beneath. They all just get what they need. Whispering conspiracies, drowning in their lies. Echoes of freedom, lost in cries. Spin the wheel of fate, let's see who rise. But this game will bleed you dry. Welcome to the bullpen, where we don't survive. These broken dreams we defend, trying to keep alive. Welcome to the bullpen, where the weak don't survive. These broken dreams we defend, trying to keep alive.
Well, it's Sunday night, so that means it's time for the bullpen. We've got the full panel tonight. You know, all the regulars, and of course, co-host Mad.
Yes.
How you guys doing?
Full panel panic.
I don't
Is
know
what
if I
it is.
agree to that.
Don't
To
think
Mad
this
being a
means-
co-host, or
Yeah, I mean,
or to
unless-
Comix being a panelist.
I mean, Comix is clearly a panelist, but if only chat can verify him as a co-host by super
no. We don't know.
$200 tonight.
Come on, chat, make it happen.
Oh, I thought you
You're
were
a
going to
sick
ask for
man.
their approval of me being a co-host.
It is.
I
their
don't like
approval
that game.
through money.
You won't get a
I
dime.
thought I
People
said
love
for
me.
this somber episode we weren't doing any goals. And
Then Mad had to say
Mad
he
goes
was a
and ruins
co-host.
it.
I didn't say anything about a goal.
Well, so tonight I think the plan is pretty much just to talk about Charlie Kirk a little bit. I know everybody's already talked about it, but our channel hasn't, and that's kind of what we do, is the politics thing. So we're gonna kind of go through Charlie's legacy, where we go from here, and kind of try to figure out why this one is so painful to so many people, even though a lot of people did not ever meet him. It's been a weird grieving process for most. There's a lot of people making posts about it on Twitter, just how much grief there seems to be for this particular assassination. So, I guess we could start. I've got a few clips. I guess where we'll start is the very first time Charlie Kirk was ever on TV. So this was 2012 when he was like 18 years old. And this is from Fox News. And he was pretty good at articulating his points all the way back at 18. So let me bring that up. If the system will let me. There we go.
This is the first time he was ever on TV, and it was right here on Fox and Friends.
Little low.
May
That's really
21st,
low.
2012.
I'm bringing it up.
When we graduate from high school this coming June, we're handed a diploma. That's also an invoice for hundreds of thousands of dollars that my generation is going to have to pay off through interest, high taxes, and a stagnant economy. We here at SOS Liberty believe that if we do not change the conversation
Holy crap,
back to us,
2012.
the kids that are going to have to inherit this debt, that our economy will be stagnant for years to come. And our website, we have
I have to say, for being 31, he aged really well because he looks exactly the same.
Yeah.
Yeah. But he was pretty active.
Mhm.
And dude's well over 6 foot. He's a huge guy.
Inspire the youth, SOSLiberty.com.
Spreads out the weight a little bit
From all
even.
across the country jumping onto our cause. I'm having a trouble finding a summer job, as is Mike, in a lot of different regards. A lot of kids are feeling the effects of what we like to call, with the Washington economy, with a lot of debt, plummeting small business, with higher regulation and high taxes. We're just trying to reinstitute the founding principles, free market, fiscal responsibility. SOS Liberty is a nonpartisan. We don't consider this a Republican versus Democrat issue, but rather a generational one.
Very well spoken for an 18-year-old who hadn't graduated high school yet.
Yeah, yeah. I was not
Kinda
that
crazy.
articulate at 51, let alone 18.
We're
feel like I
still
got a
not
handle
that
on it now.
articulate.
I got a
Yeah.
handle on it. I
I'm
know
not.
words. But he has that same 47-year-old, like born at 47 that Brahma has.
He was a Rush baby, just like me. And he listened to Rush Limbaugh. He would sneak out of class to listen to portions of Rush Limbaugh, which I did the exact same thing.
When you said Rush
just-
Baby, I was thinking like Rush the band.
The band. Yeah.
So number one,
No, the Rush babies are all, it's a nickname that Rush had for anybody who grew up listening to Rush.
I
I'm
just
a
want to
Styx
say
baby.
it is admirable that that's how you spent your time skipping school, but it's also the biggest thing in the world that makes me want to go nerd.
Yeah.
Well, I also conveniently had to go to the restroom every time it was time for Paul Harvey's show. So
That's not helping your case.
Dude, take like a 2-hour shit or something?
It's like I managed to create a internal clock within my body so that I had BMs as Paul Harvey.
Yes.
And that's the rest of the story.
good day. This is Paul Harvey. Good day. Yep. So I'm gonna save the other clip, which was his last ever debate. It is absolutely amazing how much knowledge he just stored in his head and could just spout out at any time. But that one's about a 4.5 minute clip. I don't want to start the show with that, but let's get the compilation of everybody getting fired out of the way, because I don't want this stream to necessarily be a downer stream or screaming and yelling about everybody that's been idiots on Twitter, although we will talk about what we think we need to do about the left and all of that stuff going on right now. So let's check out this one real quick. This is just a funny one that I found on Twitter. I don't even know who to credit, so it's somebody put it together. I think you guys will like it, though. Let me get the volume.
Oh,
So y'all got me fired from my job.
Why?
You're fired. Get out. You're fired.
So I've lost my job.
You're fired. Get out. You're fired.
Fired from my fucking job. I was just fired from my job. I was just fired from my job.
Okay, so that one
I was
right
just
there
fired
is
from my
not,
fucking job.
You're fired.
that one's actually not
An older one.
Yeah, it's an older one.
Yeah. I figured some of them probably are. I don't have a way of confirming them all, but I thought they were kind of
Get
funny.
out. You're fired.
So I was just fired from my job.
You're fired. Get out. You're fired.
I love that they just threw Trump in over and over.
You're fired. Get out. You're fired.
Another one bites the dust. The cancellation of Democrats in progress.
You're fired. Get out. You're fired.
Meet Haley Curdell, a 911 dispatcher from Nashville, Tennessee.
You're fired.
They're weird
Get
people
out.
anyways.
You're fired.
Yes.
You're
They're soulless people.
fired. Get out. You're
Well, I wouldn't say that 911 operators are soulless.
Oh, you're talking about 911 operators.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about everybody who is posting about Charlie.
No.
Yeah, 911
Dispatch
operators.
people are weird.
Yeah, it's kind of a crazy, I would think, semi-high stress job.
I knew someone
Takes a
who was
certain type to want to
911
do it.
operator. It was because it was a county job. It had good benefits, and her husband was a firefighter, so he hooked her up with getting the job. It was not as terrible as you would think, aside from not speaking Spanish, which caused a lot of problems. They only had like one Spanish-speaking 911 operator, and that person got all of the calls.
Real quick, we got Mark Daly for $5. Once is happenstance, Rand Paul. Twice is coincidence, Scalise. Third time, Trump is the enemy action. Fourth time, Kirk is casus belli.
I'm pretty sure didn't Scalise happen before Rand Paul?
Before the hammer thing?
No,
or not hammer. Before the neighbor. The neighbor. I don't remember the timeline of events on it. And Scalise, that's been a while. Like 10 years?
Yeah, I think they were both Trump one-term incidents.
Yeah. So, Mad, I know you were on Circle of Jerks last night, but I don't know if they went into this at all. You've kind of been off of the air for most of the week.
Yeah, no,
You got anything you want to get out on this? Because we've all had our cathartic talks. So,
no, I'm with everybody. It was sad, man. It sucks seeing my feed is just filled with all kinds of clips from him, because I did watch them almost.
We watched
daily.
them together.
Yeah,
we watched them together when we were in Dallas together.
Yeah, so it's
Each
weird
day.
having my feed filled with him.
Yeah,
it's just a constant reminder.
Well, I think you and Chad are the only people I actually texted. Everybody else I DM'd, but I wanted to be sure that you were aware of what was going on, because I knew you were kind of off the air.
I think I was the one who texted
I'm
you,
offended
didn't I?
that you didn't text me.
I DM'd in our big group, Comix.
I know, I saw it
immediately. Yeah, I think Chad, you reached out first, but I was already, trying to get everybody informed. So, yeah.
Yeah, I just kept waking up to just crazy things on Twitter, man. The conspiracy theories that have been growing are as absurd as anything to deal with flat Earth, with the baseball signs and all the other just is insane. I don't get the purpose of that. It serves no purpose. It doesn't help out anything at all. It's a hindrance more than it is any type of a positive thing to do. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I lean towards they're all disingenuous. They're just doing it to try to get attention. But there's so many people that fall for it because it sits right there with QAnon so perfectly.
Yeah. It kind of does.
It just blows my mind.
That's really the last thing we need is the QAnon craze coming back.
Yeah.
And we've got a rally point. Let's just stick with that and move forward and do, take up the mic for them. We do have the White House did a tribute video. We could play that one. And I got to find it.
Only in America.
And Chad, I don't know what you've got set up because we didn't get really a chance to chat before.
Did you ever take care of that super chat you got?
Yeah.
Only in America is it possible to say, you know what, I don't like the way the country is going, and to do something about it. Take that risk. Take that leap of faith. Stay involved. Trust God and act obediently. Romans 12:2 verse. That God will use all things, for good for those who love him. It's bigger than you. I want you to remember that. It is bigger than you. It's bigger than me. You are here to make somebody else's life better, the pursuit of liberty, and freedom. You know what gives me strength? The hundreds of thousands of you that say, Charlie, keep going.
1 Corinthians 5 and 15. So that's all pretty amazing evidence, not just intra-biblical evidence, but extra-biblical evidence that Jesus Christ was a real person. He lived a perfect life. He was crucified, died, and rose on the third day, and he is Lord and God of all.
I find it disturbing how many people are pissed off that Trump or the White House would be putting out anything for Charlie, or that any sports teams are, having moments of silence like the Yankees did that night, and most of the NFL did today.
The Yankees, the Jets did. I know the pitcher for the Dodgers wrote, Charlie stuff on his cap.
Yep, with 2 flags.
This was during my in and out. So I'm kind of on Twitter, kind of off Twitter, going back to sleep. Did people in Congress really boo?
Yes.
Yes, they did.
Yeah, they did.
When Lauren Boebert asked for a prayer on in Congress, the Democrats all started booing, and Jasmine Crockett was screaming and screeching all over the place.
Insane.
Yes. And the only with the sports stuff, I know why they did the moment of silence. I think a lot of people are questioning why for him, because I just don't think people got how big the Charlie Kirk thing was. Turning Point was gigantic, and it very well outside. I've said it on other shows. Pressler and Turning Point with Charlie Kirk probably got Trump the actual, not necessarily the electoral, but they were the ones that were.
He was part of Turning Point's operation.
Okay.
Yeah, because Turning Point was the one running the entire Get Out the Vote operation for Trump's campaign.
Yes, they were doing all the registering. They were doing the, people need to be voting, early voting in any state that they have it. And then they were going out to those states, and they were getting people registered and collecting ballots, that kind of stuff. The reason that he won the popular vote is most likely because of Turning Point's actions, because they mobilized the youth in a way that has not been done by the Republicans ever. So outside of the spheres that would be watching Charlie, and outside of that college sphere where he's doing the events, I just don't think people understood how much of a voice he was.
Yeah, there was someone on Twitter I saw that was like, how could a 31-year-old podcaster, why is everyone warning a 31-year-old podcaster? It's like, you clearly do not understand this man's influence. And to a degree, I didn't realize it either. But yeah, there you are.
I started to realize it when my daughter started asking me if I had seen the latest Charlie video, because she knows I watch, Daily Wire guys. I watch, a lot of the political shows, watch Megyn Kelly pretty much every day. And Charlie was on the list of things that I usually watched, at least 2 or 3 things a week from him. So I started to notice when she started taking notice about 1.5 years, 2 years ago. And she's right in that age group that would have been, the core target for the audience for him and for Turning Point. She's 21. So when he can get to, she went to 1 semester at college, just community college. When he can get to that much of the youth, because every one of her friends was watching him too. That was a huge movement. Did we get another? I thought I saw another come in. Yeah. Deeple. Over on the Rumble side for $5. Charlie was the epitome of what the American way is supposed to be: debating, talking, understanding. His loss will be terrible. I hope that our response is limited to voting and millions following him. Yep. Well, I know Chad's got some ideas on what should come next. As far as our response needs to be limited to a degree, but
No.
we need to use every lever of the government to
No.
go after all these crazies.
Oh, don't put the limiting thing on. I'm limiting
caveat. Violence.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, that's the only. And but in terms
that's the limit.
In terms of taking the boot of government power and putting it at the throat of all of these crazy fucks, yes. Yeah. Yes, unlimited power for that. I'm going like full on bringing back the House Un-American Activities Committee, bringing using RICO, doing all of it.
Let's keep in mind though, that can all flip. Like everything
they've already
been
done
doing it, man.
Well, I know, but
okay, just remember when Obama was president, the IRS was targeting very prominent Tea Party people and as well as Republicans. So this isn't
Lois
new.
Lerner.
But when we're talking about bringing back the House of Good Americanship, what was it that you said?
House Un-American Activities Committee.
Yeah, that legitimate,
Number one, the Democrats would never make a committee that says something is un-American because they don't believe in America, so they would use a different name. But they did. They made that committee. They called it January 6th Committee, and they were using it to frame people that were in the Capitol for like 2 minutes and get them put in jail for like 12 years. I just have no. They've been doing it. And
they have.
And any argument of, well, what if they do? They've been doing it.
The issue is
they're locking them up. They went after a former president and tried to jam him up. 5 different states were filing charges against him so that he couldn't be there. Colorado was taking him off the ballot. They're doing these things. There's still the electors trial going on in Arizona. I mean, these things are still going on, and they're still using their levers of power with no compunction. So the only way this actually ends is it's the old Lincoln quote: the only way to make a bad law go away is to enforce it uniformly and with vigor. The only way look at this week when we started actually getting people fired. All of a sudden it's like, well, this is terrible. We shouldn't be doing this. Nobody should.
Since when does the right like cancel culture?
Yeah.
This is consequence culture.
Yeah. The thing about it is maybe part of the issue with cancel culture is that we've been so resistant to it for the last X number of years. And what's going to make them stop is if it's applied to them as well. That is I'm pretty sure that every moderate centrist as well as people on the right, if the Democrats came out tomorrow and say, hey, let's end cancel culture, let's stop this nonsense, they would agree. Okay. In order for this to de-escalate, technically you could say that both parties have to agree, left and right, Republican, Democrat, whatever. But in reality, it's really just the Democrats that you got to convince at this point, because if we continue to do nothing, it's going to continue to escalate. And we saw the results on Wednesday of what that escalation looks like. If we put the fear of God into them that, okay, if you escalate, we'll escalate with you, and we're going to start with cancel culture, then maybe, just maybe, they'll think twice about doing something super retarded like what they did with Charlie Kirk and stop celebrating the murder of people. Okay, that's just the reality. I've had a conversation with someone on Twitter about this today, and I respect his opinion. But the main thing that we need to understand, the way we stop it, is if we apply the same fucking rules to them. We don't have to take glee in it. We don't have to celebrate it. We don't even have to fucking like it. But we need to make sure that we apply the same rules to them. The rules that
the best way to deal with a bully is to fight back.
Yes.
Otherwise, the bully's never going to stop. And they've been doing it for 12 years, if not longer. I mean, they've been calling our elected presidents Nazis for my whole life. Mm-hmm. And every single Republican president, while I've been alive, has been referred to as Hitler or a Nazi.
Yeah.
Now they've started, since Hillary with the basket of deplorables, calling everybody who votes for any of the Republican presidents a Nazi. They've escalated this to the point where you've got crazies that are going to go out there and they're going to act on behalf of it. And we can show a clip of, I know we've all seen them before, but we can show a clip of, prominent Democrats just calling every single one of us fascists.
But I remember when was it Richard Spencer getting hit and the whole thing with Punch and Nazi was going on? It's like, this is not going to end well. This is absolutely not going to end well. And here we are.
Yeah. Yep.
I mean, it took us well over a decade to get here, but here we are.
And it was a little bit more than a punch.
Yeah.
Let's show this compilation real quick since I've got it ready and queued. Audio.
Let me ask you tonight, do you think Donald Trump is a fascist?
Yes, I do.
This is what kicking the shit out of fascism looks like.
Try to prevent the spread of the lawlessness and the fascist chaos that's been unleashed against us.
So when we say Donald Trump is a fascist, fascism, a huge component of fascism is uniting racism, bigotry.
That's not fascism.
A form of racist nationalism.
This is, we are now living in a fascist dictatorship.
We are worried about potential rise of fascism in this country. We're worried about our democracy falling to an authoritarian and potentially fascist form of government.
Not only to roll over to Donald Trump's will, but to roll over our democracy and allow him to take over this country as a fascist dictator.
When fascism isn't just coming, it's already here.
The former chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, Mark Milley, said, "No one has ever been more dangerous to this country than Donald Trump, and he is a fascist to his core."
Okay. All right. First off, these people are confusing authoritarian for fascist, I guess, because what fascism looks like, when we found out from the Twitter files that Twitter was colluding with the U.S. government, that is fascism. That is fascism.
Yeah. What I notice about the things that they call fascism, they would not be allowed to say them if this was actually authoritarian or fascist.
Well, it's very telling that AOC cannot speak of it without having to bring in racism, as if throughout history, fascism was always about like, well, you know, we don't like the brown people. You know what I mean? You can have countries.
Hey,
like,
Mr.
I don't know,
Casino.
in South America that could be fascist, but they're not. Racism isn't a part of it. Do you get what I'm saying?
The Perón administration of Argentina would be a prime example of that.
Yeah. It's just very telling that she can't speak of it through any other lens.
Yeah. But, I mean, that's how we got to this point. And there's plenty of stuff that's not just a few politicians and a few people on TV. I could put together another 7 or 8 minutes of clips on it.
Easily. Yeah. And that's the problem, right? Is
from this year.
Yeah, exactly. And you can, and many of us can, just go through our feeds recently and not only pull down all the bad behavior that immediately happened when Charlie was murdered, but, we can pull out all these politicians that have been preaching for violence, preaching for it. I mean, whether it be, horse cum walls or any of these other people, of course, that was bullshit, but still fun to call him that. And, there's a lot of evil that we have to confront. And the thing is, I think Charlie's assassination probably clarified that position for many of us, even more so. So, as somebody who went to TP USA Amerifest here, in the Phoenix area with all the great patriots there. I was there with Drew Outstanding, a Senate candidate, and many other people. I was there with the podium guy. And we spent the better part of a weekend interviewing like 26, 27 different people. And I promise you, all those people are more dedicated now to speak out than they were before. But
it's not just that. It's also so many Democrats that we've seen that were just moderate Democrats on Twitter have come out on Twitter and said, I can't side with this anymore.
No, they've run roughshod over like just reasonable human behavior, and it's like if you can excuse violence, he had it coming to him. I mean, think about what Chris Cuomo said when he was talking to Benny just a couple of days ago. Oh, yeah. Dude, he's extremely He's one of the worst. I mean, he enabled his brother to dismiss killing all those old people that they kept imprisoning in old folks' homes to get the vid. You know, it's just, this is bad news, beginning to end, and it's never. That's the problem, is there's no virtue in the Democrats anymore. So, you know what, Brahma? That's why you're seeing all these people walk away. Prominent people in our space. You know, first of all, let me just say,
non-political people.
Yeah, exactly. And let me say for this very conclusively, Mick Jagger came out and said, "You guys are fucked."
Good for him.
Yep.
That's weird.
I saw Jamie Kennedy put out a statement on Twitter tonight and on Facebook. You know, comedian, sort of.
I don't know. Is that comedian?
I've never been a fan, but yeah. I mean, some of them are getting it. We saw Chris Pratt come out. We already knew where he kind of stood.
Yeah,
on
we
things,
knew where he
but,
was, man.
You know, he's out there at least doing something from the Hollywood side.
Good for him.
But I mean, the whole thing was, I mean, it goes back to our founding, right? The founding was meant for a Christian people. And when the morals of the country go so far away from that, our Constitution, it's made for a moral people.
Yeah.
And well, one side of this has gotten very far away from the morals of the founding.
Really?
And
are you sure?
And we'll play the clip of Charlie explaining exactly how that worked. But that one's like 5 minutes, so we're going to save that one for a little bit later, because that's a long clip to sit through. So,
yeah, I was just trying to get in here to weigh in, because I need to get my chops back for doing the Sunday night show. So,
coming back next week.
Yeah, that's going to come back, and it's going to lead right into your show. That's the plan. So
cool. That'll be good.
A monetary super chat came in.
Yes, Deeple, I believe, for $1 over on the Rumble side. I fear that whatever backlash, I think he just meant backlash, we do is going to be law-abiding citizen. And while I can understand that desire to make that happen, it's going to be biblical isn't what we really needed. I fear this. I think that's the thing with the right, though. We tend to be disciplined and self-controlled.
Yeah,
I think we're going to use the levers that we have available, all the loopholes that they've created over the past 10 to 12 years, and we're going to imprison people that are stepping out of line.
But look at this, and this is something I think Lil Chad will appreciate. Right now, one of the biggest, or one of the trending items for the day was the Smith-Mundt Act, which for very good reasons. Right. And I think that if we can remove the idea that the government is allowed to pass propaganda through the mainstream media, that will further, diminish the power of the mainstream media, which they're losing power as it is. It's just, this is a faster way for it to come about.
And that there was a video that was going around of a girl calling for specifically
she was the one. Yeah.
And Trump has now retweeted it, retruthed it over on Truth Social. So I know he has seen that is something that we have been talking about.
Well, we've been talking about it. Comix, how long have we been talking about that? For 5 years? 4 years? I mean, I know I was like screaming about it at one point.
But now there's an impetus.
I know. I love it. Well, I don't love how it happened, though. And that's the other problem, right? In to bring it back to the business side of things, because Lil Chad's here. Sometimes he likes to talk about business, but if you're watching what the Ellison folks are doing right now, they're acquiring Warner Brothers Discovery. Skydance just acquired Paramount.
That's not done yet. It's rumored.
No, I mean, well, yeah, sure, certainly, and that's how it's being presented, and it's how I'll present it tomorrow during the show. But if they actually end up with that, you don't think that there won't be some influence and to try to turn the ship around on these legacy media companies?
I mean, one can hope. Pretty much at that point, but I'm not going to hold my breath. I mean, there's a lot of things in the mainstream media that needs to change, and the mainstream media needs to get back to just reporting the facts. of a situation and stop giving opinion. Okay, if you're giving opinion, you're a commentator or a pundit. Okay, that's what we do. We give opinions. We don't give facts. I mean, we talk about facts, but we largely give our opinions on a situation. And the news actually needs to be the news and not be about punditry. It needs just the facts, man.
Yeah, and I do agree with what Tina Guzman put in there. And if anything came from this week, it's no longer really just a left versus right thing. It really has become good versus evil, because they have shown themselves just to be demonic. The whole trans movement is a demonic movement, and they don't accept truth.
Did you see that music video? It's like, I think they're called the Neighborhood Children or Neighborhood Kids or something.
No.
Yeah, it was going around. Basically, it's kind of a call for violence. But I'd have to go dig up
from the
that
trans
video.
side.
Yeah, they're basically a trans band called the Neighborhood Kids or something, or Neighborhood Children or something like that. Let me see if I can dig up that thing. I haven't watched it, but it's I've just seen people talking about it. And it's like, okay, what the fuck ever.
Well, Tom McDonald made a great thing for Charlie, and I mean, there's music on the other side, and again, you're right; those people are crazy. But the thing is everybody's seeing them as crazy. Did you guys go by any of your churches? Did you visit church today? Did you go to church today? Did you see that there was not an empty parking lot? Because I have like a street where it's just churches. and literally a major city block, a 1 mile stretch of road where it's churches, and they were packed. It's not been that way since I was a kid. I mean, this is the moment. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, I saw a few people asking, so was Charlie mentioned at your church today? And in 100 out of 100% of the responses, Charlie was mentioned.
Yeah,
mostly in the good way.
Oh, yeah.
There were a few pastors that I saw a video of that were demonizing him, saying that he was just a racist. And we all know that's not true. And that church will probably lose a good portion of the congregation.
Yeah, that was stupid. This is a moment. And again, do you realize it's always the bad guys calling for unity after they've bullied somebody and they finally turn around to start swinging?
Yeah,
that's what's happening.
We were just joking. No, you don't need to get all up in arms about it. Yeah.
Eric, I'm going to tell you right now, in the area I live, for the love of all that's holy and to praise God, none of those are woke churches, man. None of them. But
I found the video. It's actually apparently it was uploaded like a month ago. They're called the Neighborhood Kids, and the song is called "Start a Fire."
Yeah, that sounds like
sounds like a Democrat.
Yeah,
and that's the problem, right? And this is the thing that I want your guys' opinion on it. But do you think maybe if we just call them out for what they defend and what they believe in and what they support, everybody will understand that the current way that the Democratic Party is laid out is as evil, because they support illegal people, not you. They support, like, mutilation and not you, not your health care. They support a lot of things that don't align with humanity.
Yep.
Yeah, I wanted to show this because this is Alex Cole, and Alex Cole's a fucking retard. So apparently Stephen Miller back in 2022 said cancel culture is fascism. And then Alex Cole responds, remember Republicans, quick reminder. Fuck off, dude. Fuck off.
It's not, this is consequence culture. Yeah, this is consequence culture, you dumb fuck. And the thing is you can have all the free speech you want, but I'm going to tell you right now, any place that I could go and work at or whatever, which I wouldn't do, I'd just run my company. But any place that I could go to work at right now, there would be consequences for my actions. If I was an idiot, if I was, you know what, I'm going to use the right word. If I was a retard and celebrated shit.
This is one of the things that we talked about before, is that most companies I've worked at has a social media policy, right? I've worked with people before the whole cancel culture thing really took off, basically talked shit about the company, got fired as a result of that. And, that happened, and this is why you have contracts, social media contracts with people, is if they, get out of line and say something stupid and make the company look bad, they have grounds to fire you. This, honestly, in my opinion, really isn't any different.
No.
If you work for a big gaming company and you say something vile like, well, I hope the bullet's okay. And the gaming company, and it gets brought to their attention, and they're like, "Whoa, that's not good."
Yeah,
I mean, literally, that statement and that sentiment is going to damage your company.
Well, everybody doesn't want to be the next Bud Light. I mean, Cracker Barrel is doing absolutely everything now to try to back out of being, woke. They have a couple more steps to take, but Julie Taco did the same thing at Taco Bell and Yum Brands. Mm-hmm. So it's like you hired a discount CEO for $6.6 million a year. Maybe spend a couple more bucks so that they don't fuck you totally. Maybe don't put somebody in there that's going to listen to every board member that fucking Larry Fink puts into your company. Look, you can survive being a CEO of some measure, and not and if you're successful, you will avoid the retribution of the board because the board would look silly to release you. It's happened many times before, but that's not what this bitch signed up for. And she came in there looking all Rachel Maddow and fucked the company up. And now they're going to swim for their lives trying to, get out of the giant sinkhole that they're finding themselves in.
Wait,
anyway,
before we get
I think
too
we're
far
getting
away
way
from
far off the point.
yeah, before we get too far,
sure.
I did
bring
want
it
to
back
say
to Charlie.
I 100% think that they should be allowed to post all the crazy,
I agree,
just horrific things that they can, because that's how you identify, oh, that's someone I don't need to be around. And the more they're associated with the left, with the Democrats, it only benefits the conservative movement.
Yeah,
because that moderate left, in moderate right, but kind of leaning left, they're gonna be like, no, I don't want that.
Yeah, but they're all
What's
walking
happening
away.
over here?
Man, you know this because I know you probably follow some of the same people I do. But you're seeing leftists leave the Democratic Party because this was a bridge too far.
Yes.
That's what he's saying. They'll walk away from them.
Yeah.
Because they're seeing these crazies. It's kind of like the, the whole racism thing. If somebody's throwing down completely racist language, sure, let them keep doing that because you know not to associate with them unless you want to be associated as a racist as well. And we've said that about that forever. This is just taking it to a different battlefield. I think we did get another super chat, so let me grab that real quick. The Libra View for $5 on YouTube. Did you see Corey Harrison of Pawn Stars video calls out Democrats and media over Charlie Kirk assassination? Said, you guys killed this man. Yeah, I did see that pretty quick, I think, the next day.
Yeah, dude, there's a short out now you can go watch. It's amazing. So, I look, we need more people to speak out, not less. We need to praise Chris Pratt for what he was willing to say. Well, and again, I shared in the private chat the Mick Jagger quotes. So, but we're in a different place now. People are waking up. The people in the UK, decided, hey, we want to be American now. I mean, not literally. They just decided that free speech was important. You had 3 million people in London alone. And
you already had people trying to spin it as being racist. It's fucking stupid.
Well, but they have no traction on that.
South Korea, they had vigils in Australia.
Yeah. Did you hear them chanting?
Yeah.
It's amazing. It's amazing.
And then tonight's vigil at the Kennedy Center was completely sold out on a 48-hour notice.
Yeah, and the football teams that were celebrated over the weekends were the ones that had, a moment of silence for Charlie. It's just.
Chad, what do we got?
Yeah, what is this, my man?
So this is just a helpful reminder of what we didn't see in the wake of Charlie Kirk. I think it's.
Oh, you're gonna show us mostly peaceful moments?
Oh
No,
real quick. I'm not sure about the Billy D. Williams thing because his account may have been hacked.
Yeah, his son said his account was hacked.
It's pumping out a lot of posts on Facebook. Like a lot of posts.
Like how? Like what kind of? What's the post saying?
It's all calling out people about being disgusting about Charlie.
Oh yeah,
But it's
that's
like-
definitely hacked then,
it's
because there's no way he's a
tons
good
and tons
man.
of posts.
Good lord.
Yeah, it looks like they removed most of them now. So, the base post. Anyway, so this is a just May and June of 2020. This is every corporation that immediately put out
Oh, for St. Floyd.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Fucking Pornhub felt the need. Anyway.
That's stupid.
I mean, I like how Pornhub stands in solidarity against racism.
Wait a minute.
I'm pretty sure some of their choices of options probably...
It would require it, yeah. But I have to ask a question: aren't they a Canadian company?
I mean, they're all corporations, and they all felt the need. Every single one.
Oh no, no. I'm sorry, that wasn't my point. I was just going to say we need to tariff them.
HBO, Jesus Christ.
Chad, can you check your Windows volume setting? People are saying your mic's a little
It's
low.
yeah, and so is the audio on this. But
Well, the
maybe
audio
it's
is
not
Yeah,
muted.
this is just music. We don't want it playing.
Yeah.
No, all right. Let's see.
Sundar Pichai. You know what? This guy. In memory of George Floyd, the drug addict and violent offender. Yes, in memory of that. You freaking retard.
Well, at the same time, I don't believe in celebrating Floyd's death by any stretch of the imagination. But at the same time, we should not be glorifying this man.
Windows
I believe in
turned on
calling out
auto
what actually
gain
killed
control.
him.
Is this better?
Yes, I agree. Sorry, Chad, what was that?
I was saying auto gain control got turned on for some bullshit
Gotcha.
reason. It's probably
Welcome
better
to
now.
Windows.
Yeah.
Does he
Anyway.
sound better, Chat?
Yes,
Yeah.
he sounds. He still sounds gay, but he sounds louder.
So this is, you know, how many of these companies have put out statements regarding the assassination of Charlie Kirk? Goose egg, 0, nada, none.
Well, and this goes back to the social media thing a little bit too while we're watching this video. I mean, I worked for a company that if I was wearing this hat in a Facebook post and I had anything about our company listed as where I work or anything, I was not on the right side of history by wearing a MAGA hat. I could have been fired if anybody had actually looked and tried to do anything. That's how bad it got back then. During the first term.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can take it out because it keeps trying to keep everybody's screen share in.
I think I was able to remove it since I have the collaborator, but so hopefully that...
Good. So, I guess, why don't we watch this longer clip from Charlie for people that didn't ever really watch Charlie? It gives you kind of just a glimpse at how good he was at just knowing what he was talking about and being able to bring it back up and regurgitate it anytime he needed to. This was from his very last real appearance before the college campus thing. This was with Cliff Nechtel. He is a well-known pastor that goes to different colleges and does the same thing as Charlie, but really not political at all, just pastoral. So they have just gone to the questions, and I think we get the very first question and his answer. It's long. We'll probably pause and talk a little bit about it because we want to cut it up a little bit, but
Let's start doing some questions here.
it's pretty good.
So I was articulated yesterday by a couple of my friends that our country was not founded on Christian principles. So I want to see how, like, an argument that you guys can give me to combat that. So essentially, they articulated to me that our country was founded on common law, because the Declaration only refers to God 4 times in the Constitution. It doesn't refer to God at all, and it only articulates the structure of government. And is common law Christian in nature, or is it not?
I can take it first. So this guy doesn't, whoever said that doesn't really know what they're talking about. So first of all, remember that we were a collection of states and colonies, and you need to read the state constitutions before anything else. 9 out of 13 of the original states required you to be a Bible-believing Christian to serve in government at the time of the founding. You could, even in actually, 13 out of 13 required a declaration of faith. 9 out of 13 required you to be a Protestant, except Maryland, which was Catholic, which still required a declaration of faith. In almost every single one of the original state constitutions, Pennsylvania included, they had, I profess Lord and Jesus Christ as my Lord and Savior in the original state constitutions. So you remember, we're a collection of states before that. Secondly, 55 out of 56 of the original signers of the Declaration were Bible-believing, church-attending Christians. You asked about common law. So common law is inherited from Blackstone, who was Christian. Common law is an outgrowth of the scriptures. So let's go to 3 principles of common law: presumption of innocence, due process, and jury of your peers. All 3 are biblical principles. So, and all wrapped into the ultimate biblical principle that you shall not favor justice if you are rich or poor, which is in Leviticus 19, right before the most famous part of Leviticus 19, which is that you should love your neighbor as yourself. But before that is that in the administration of justice, you shall not favor the rich or the poor, which is the idea of blind justice. We get that in the West, which is incorporated also in the New Testament ideal. Neither slave nor Greek nor Jew, you're all one in Jesus Christ, which we get the idea of human equality. These are all biblical ideas. They're not Enlightenment ideas, which is they kind of get conflated at the time. But more importantly than that, they say that God was only mentioned 4 times in the Declaration of Independence. Well, that's a big deal, okay? Laws of nature and nature's God. The last paragraph of the Declaration reads as a prayer. It says, we appeal to the supreme judge of the universe. Who's the judge of the universe? Jesus Christ, as it says in Revelation, that Jesus will judge the earth on his throne. So in the Declaration, they were praying to Christ our Lord as a prayer very specifically. Thirdly, as I said on stage yesterday, Deuteronomy was by far the most quoted book, religious or non-religious, in the time of the founding when they were putting together the Constitution, more than John Locke, more than Montesquieu, more than Blackstone. So the book of Deuteronomy, which talked about laws, customs, traditions. It was Moses' farewell address as he's about to say goodbye, say, hey, good luck in Canaan, guys. Here's how you should set up your form of government. But finally, and most importantly, let's look at actually what the founders said. John Adams famously said the Constitution was only written for a moral and religious people. It was wholly inadequate for the people of any other. The body politic of America was so Christian and was so Protestant that our form and structure of government was built for the people that believed in Christ our Lord. One of the reasons we're living through a constitutional crisis is that we no longer have a Christian nation, but we have a Christian form of government, and they're incompatible. So you cannot have liberty if you do not have a Christian population. So that's just a surface level belief. So then they'll go to the First Amendment, which has two parts of the First Amendment which get conflated. First of all, separation of church and state is not in the U.S. Constitution. That is a single letter that Thomas Jefferson wrote in 1807 to the Danbury Baptist Convention in Massachusetts, assuring them that the government would not come after the church, okay, which is the opposite of what they would say. However, that was then resurrected by the Warren Court and the Burger Court in the 60s, where they said, hey, all of a sudden we're now going to make this as if it's the Constitution. It does say in the Constitution 2 things, which is the Establishment Clause and the Free Expression Clause. The Establishment Clause is that Congress shall make no law prohibiting the free exercise thereof. What they were most worried about was a Presbyterian or a Anglican or a Quaker type religion taking over the federal government. Instead, it was that there is not going to be a state-run religion or a state-run government. Did you know that one of the first acts of Congress was taxpayer-funded Bible printing and distribution? Did you know that there were church services held in the Supreme Court building as late as the Jackson presidency in the 1820s? But going back to this idea of separation of church and state, and again, I could riff on this ad nauseum because it's just so ridiculous, right? Is that
I guess
it's not biblical because first, it's not biblical. It's not constitutional because you go a layer deeper. People that even say that, do you believe in separation of morality and state? Nobody does. So all laws are a reflection of morality, and all morality comes from somewhere. There is no such thing as neutral morality. And we believe what the founders believed because they put it in the halls of Congress, they put it in the Supreme Court, and they put it all throughout the country, which is that the Decalogue, the 10 Commandments, is the core morality of how a society and a civilization should exist, right? The 10 Commandments of every person. And finally, and this is the kicker, if the founding fathers were not Bible-believing church-attending Christians, why did they put Leviticus on the Liberty Bell? Not John, not Psalms, not Proverbs, not Genesis, Leviticus. Most Americans can't spell Leviticus. Leviticus 25:19, proclaim liberty throughout the land of which you are in. It is one of the most sinister, most unsubstantiated lies that does not come up against any sort of academic scrutiny. This idea that founding fathers were a bunch of Enlightenment common law deists. The reason they hate it is because the reason they must say this is that if we actually go back to our Christian roots and we go back to where we once were, it's America's best hope for revival and for a great future. You want to add to that anything? Sorry,
that covered it. That was pretty impressive. I can't touch that. Beautifully put. Yeah.
All right. Yes, I realize playing 5-6 minute clips is a long thing on YouTube, but that was just good. Days ago, and it really does just show the breadth of his knowledge.
Well, and the people
no note cards.
The people he's on. No, I'm just adding to what you're saying. The people he's on stage with are important. These are well-spoken men that are all over various social media platforms and YouTube that kind of argue from the same perspective that he does, and they could not add anything to what he said. You know, this adds even more weight to the idea that you don't have to go to college to be well-educated and well-spoken and understand the world around you. In fact, sometimes it's a hindrance.
Yep. I mean, what did Chad? You're the one who typically would know most of that argument out of any of us. I think was he pretty much close on everything.
Generally, I mean, Andrew Jackson took office in 1829, so it's.
I think he said 1820s.
Yeah, but
the 1820s.
It's 1829, not in the 1820s.
The only nitpicky thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's also
you nitpick,
some.
you're gonna go anyway.
You just did.
I did. I'm
and I went. Hey, it falls right in there.
There's also some other things that.
I mean, number one, the idea. Yes, the First Amendment generally was designed to prohibit the establishment of state religion. Again, because and I know Charlie Kirk was going more philosophical. I look at the real politics from my background, which is they came from England, where in the English heritage, they had seen civil wars break out continuously over that time period, when it went from King Henry VIII breaking off from the Catholic Church and making the Church of England, followed by Queen Mary, who was bringing in the Catholic Restoration, followed by Elizabeth, who was bringing back the Church of England. There was constant all the way through. You know, Thomas Cromwell with when they specifically talk about the Quaker, Cromwell is the what Charlie was referencing.
Yeah.
So what they were looking at was real violence as a result of whoever was the dominant religion making it a requirement to be that religion as part of the government.
And also while this was going on, while they were meeting and writing it and drafting it, there was a priest or pastor, whatever you want, reverend, that was there, whose whole goal was to get them to do a state religion. And he wrote many letters complaining that they wouldn't pray before every meeting, and they were just kind of a dick to him because they didn't want him around.
And something else to remember from colonial history: Maryland, Mary's land, was founded by Catholic settlers who were devotees of Queen Mary. So that's why Maryland is very Catholic in terms of its. If you look at its state seal, if you look a lot of the the stuff that they designed in terms of their motto and other things, and that was a point of contention amongst Virginia and other neighboring states of Maryland, because they were worried that the Catholics of Maryland were going to try to Catholicize everything around them, especially later on, as Mad knows, when those crazy Irishmen started immigrating. By the hundreds of thousands, there was a lot of Catholic suspicion that it's as recent as JFK. There was worry, there were genuine, and this was
it carried through the JFK campaign. The suspicion of Catholics.
Yeah, Yes, that was the point I was making. That it was in the election that
it carried through.
That he was secretly a devotee of the Pope, and that effectively the Pope would be running the American government.
Right.
Should JFK be elected? So this is like
where was the fear of who was running it during Joe Biden's presidency? Because
Nobody.
He wasn't.
Nobody.
Because everybody knew that Joe Biden wasn't even. I don't think they thought Joe Biden remembered he was a Catholic.
All hail the auto pin.
The only thing Joe Biden remembered clearly was when those kids stroked his leg hairs. For some reason, that memory was embedded.
Yeah, that and Corn Pop.
Pop was a bad dude.
Well, but I mean, he definitely knew how to sniff kids' heads.
Yeah. So as Kirk was explaining, the two facets of the First Amendment, which, by the way, the first 10 amendments, the Bill of Rights, are, and this is where he is very accurate. You need to go to the colonial history because those were effectively the Bill of Rights from Virginia. These were because James Madison copied and pasted his own work from the Virginia Constitution into the federal Constitution. That's what the two components of the First Amendment. First, there would be no official government religion. It only keeps the government from declaring a religion. It doesn't in any way keep religion out of government.
Nope.
It only keeps the government from telling you what religion you're supposed to be. And then the free exercise, right of the people to peaceably assemble shall not be, taken away. Now we have, I think, rightly interpreted that to be a very broad protection in terms of print media, in terms of other things beyond, because if you read the very literal meaning of the First Amendment, it really only would protect you getting a permit to do a protest, right? But I think
free assembly.
This is where you can go into the Federalist Papers and see some of the broad discussion of what that genuinely meant in their mind, and it meant also the ability to to put your grievances forward in writing, to do press materials, etc.,
and to assemble for such things as churches and many other ways that humanity
like what was
assemble.
shut down during COVID.
Yeah.
They took away the freedom to assemble during COVID. Yeah,
that
was a violation.
Yes. And in history, we have had analogs in history where constitutional rights have been suspended.
Yeah, Lincoln.
And Lincoln did it most famously to preserve, number one, to make sure
Union?
Washington, D.C. wasn't surrounded by slave states that seceded, because Maryland was going to vote to secede until he locked up enough legislators in the Maryland State House to keep them away from the vote, so that Maryland voted to stay in the Union.
Yes, but how does this pertain to the Ottoman Empire?
Well, I mean, if you want to go back to the Roman origins,
let's go back to the beginning of common law.
Well,
let's talk about the Roman Empire.
I think we should talk about why parochial schools are oftentimes the best and most venerated of all.
Homeschooling wins.
Yeah, I think that's probably your best bet these days.
Hey, I know lots of people in homeschool.
And keep your kids off Reddit.
Honestly,
Keri Lake, during the vigil tonight at the Kennedy Center, Keri Lake actually came out and was like, it seems like this guy was raised somewhat well, and he went off to college and came back like this. Do not let your kids go to college is what she was calling for during.
She's not.
I'm gonna push back on that because he was only there for a semester, and the one thing that I think Jeff Charles fucking nailed is that he was probably radicalized on Reddit.
Well, it didn't help
because you actually have like a high school student that went to school with him, and he was able to point him out in the yearbook and whatnot. And he's like,
yeah,
this guy, he described him as a Reddit kid. So I don't think it was college that obviously colleges do these things, but he was probably radicalized online.
You got to be
Reddit's
pretty
a cesspool,
radicalized to start
so
dating
is
a trans woman. That's
and be a furry at the same time. That's a lot of radical, dude.
Yeah, I mean that's a lot of fucking weird. That's for sure.
It's a lot of left. It's not a lot of right. And the thing that pisses me off is apparently from stories that we have seen is the FBI was keeping some of that information from Cash Patel for the first 24 hours.
Even the images. Like,
right.
they knew who this dude was. Yeah.
Which seems
Cash,
to be
you need to fucking
specifically
clean out the FBI. Seriously, dude.
Exactly. It seems to be specifically designed so that people were guessing whether this guy was part of the right or part of the left instead of giving the information immediately. And now it's been so muddied that you have every left-wing influencer going with the original narrative that he came from a conservative family.
Well,
so
I mean,
obviously he was conservative.
Did. He came from a Mormon family, but just because you come from a conservative family doesn't mean you're stay conservative.
Right. No. Exactly. But that's what we're seeing is they muddied the water so much that most people, if you're not paying attention, already have their assumption made.
Do you know how you unmuddy those waters? Do you unmuddy those waters? You
Public
put
execution.
Well, that'll work too. But Smith-Mundt Act being placed back.
That wouldn't have changed.
That applies to the government.
No, it does reply to the government, which means you wouldn't be allowed to lie to the people. And when the mainstream, hang on, I just like to finish your thought.
I know, but it wouldn't change.
I'm going to be
that
quiet now.
happened.
It's fine.
Because the Smith-Mundt Act means you can't do paid propaganda in a breaking news situation when someone is leaking alleged facts about the shooter. That's not going to be something that would be covered under Smith-Mundt in any possible way.
No, but it would give agencies the right to withhold information from news outlets that continue to mislead the populace as a whole.
You mean like when they withheld the trans manifesto from the Tennessee shooter?
Yes, I'm very seriously. Yeah. Yes. I believe that the people are owed information that is unadulterated by the views of others. And I think that anybody who purports themselves to be news media not only should be held to a higher standard, but should be locked out of media information if they are not a faithful information source. Because to be fair, do you want ABC to distribute this news? After something like this, do you think Disney is a good...
But in what way would Smith
steward of
keep
information
that from happening?
Because the government wouldn't be allowed to distribute any inaccurate information if they knew it was inaccurate. That's one of the many ways.
They would just do it on which they do right now on background and anonymous sourcing. What Smith-Mundt prohibits is where the government, and you can see this happens.
You talk about propaganda?
They create fake websites like their news agencies for their press releases, and then that gets picked up.
Well, what Smith-Mundt really did was created all the NGOs that we've seen, and part of USAID, and them being able to funnel money to companies that aren't
because they're
government
allowed
entities.
Yeah, that's where
are you talking about what the act actually did, or the repealing of it did?
No, yeah.
That's what ended up happening.
Yeah, in 2012, when Obama snuck it into the NDA, the National Defense Authorization Act, where they repealed that portion of Smith-Mundt, they made it Smith-Mundt Plus, or whatever they changed the name to. It repealed the prohibition of government agencies from paying for what was classified as propaganda, but also public relations, etc. So the government agencies, like Rama is saying, were then able to funnel all this money into NGOs to create public relations campaigns based on the information they wanted to get out, climate change, DEI, whatever. What Smith-Mundt would prohibit specifically is the government funding of news stories. It would not react. This is where
it would not punish the news people from giving out their BS.
Yes, any breaking news, any situations where they were talking to news reporters would not in any way apply under Smith-Mundt.
Real quick, Bush became a member at the pasture level. Thank you, buddy. Old school member. I mean, it's not going to stop them from doing that. I'm more pissed off that they didn't tell Cash Patel.
No, what they did
who is their boss.
No, they did worse. They did Cash Patel even worse. they set him up because they were the ones, the field offices, by way of some of their executives in the 7th floor of the FBI building, reported to Cash on that day at 7 o'clock that they had someone in custody.
Right.
And
well, they had 2 people in custody at that point.
No, so what they did, but that's how they did it. This is how they set up him. These were people they were just bringing in to talk to. They knew they weren't the actual shooter. They were people, that they were discussing things with. Then they send just a blurb to Cash Patel that they have people in custody. And so he, does his blast on Twitter, X, whatever, that there's people, that there's someone in custody. And then he looks like an idiot because they immediately, like 20 minutes later, release them and say, well, they weren't the actual shooter. So they did it on purpose because guess what happens next week? Cash Patel does his normal testifying in front of the Senate and House committees of oversight for the FBI, and they are going to roast him for being inept and almost letting everybody get away and saying
they need to fire. He needs to fire that.
He needs to clean house.
Yeah,
We've been calling for it the whole time, but now he absolutely has to clean house.
Yeah, so they were, and
anybody
they're
who was
behind
involved.
because if Cash Patel is like, you guys lied to me, he's like, what? All we said was we had someone in custody we were talking to. You're the one who assumed that must have meant, it was they were doing it on purpose, taking advantage of Cash's transparency push of trying to make, statements as soon as he got information. They knew it's in his nature that it would go out very quickly, and then it would embarrass him.
Yep.
So I think,
measure twice, cut once.
Yeah, he needs he should be getting rid of all of these people. Is he going to? I don't know. It seems very compromisey since he's been in charge of the FBI. Like, maybe they've got stuff on him. I don't. I've said before.
I don't know,
and
but this was
Bongino are
his
the two
friend
biggest
that just got
disappointments
murdered.
I've had.
This was
luckily, Stephen
him and
Miller-
Bongino's friend that was assassinated.
Yeah, well, luckily Stephen Miller and Trump are actually working to get real stuff done. So that's what I'm more hopeful about. I think Trump took this personally and has specifically given the order to bring RICO charges, which is what should be happening.
Oh, I hope they go all the way up Antifa. Because if that's who he was talking to on Discord and Reddit, and any of them were encouraging him, and I do think there were people who knew what was going on, because there were people in the crowd that reacted in very strange ways.
Yeah.
There was also, the tranny that he was sleeping with, probably knew something because he had all the texts.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
and
there's
they're
a lot
saying,
of trans
everybody's
groups that
saying,
went
well,
dark after this,
Yeah.
because there was posts where they were putting up where some of those people in those trans circles were like posting like 2 weeks ago, like, just wait for September 10th, man. There's going to be some stuff that happens.
We all saw the tweet that said, we hope Charlie gets exploded and big things are coming tomorrow.
Yeah. So I definitely think that there's probably more people involved in this for sure. It's, I guess,
Well,
it's
there
a
were
matter
more
of time.
people who were aware at very least.
Yeah, maybe
Right.
not involved in the logistics of getting it
Well,
done.
yeah, no, I mean, involved
But
as
cheering
in
on
the,
and
in
aware
the
that it
know.
was going to happen.
Well, okay, if you know something's going to happen and you don't do anything about it, you're considered to be an accessory.
Yeah.
So that's what I mean by
Yes.
involved. So
Yeah. Okay. I agree with that, and I hope they all get something thrown at them. But, yeah. I don't know. This whole thing is still so crazy and raw. I mean, have you guys... I never met Charlie. I think Culture, did you get to when you were at Amfest?
Yes. Yeah.
This one has felt so weird to me because it's
personal.
feels so close to home, even though
Yeah.
I don't know Charlie.
Yeah, it's personal. I've been texting with people from Amfest already, America Fest, Amfest, whatever you want to call it. I've been texting with everybody that I was talking to back in December. Everybody feels the same way, and it's an opportunity to step up, speak out, become part of a larger thing that we desperately need, not only in this country but around the world. And this is what was great about what Comix was saying before we went a different direction. It's the fact that this is a global thing now. South Korea was like going bananas here. You had people around the world celebrating the life of Charlie Kirk. That's a big deal. I mean, there's not that many people that inspire that. Well, I think maybe the last time in my lifetime might have been like John Lennon. I mean, it's just like, I look back and I'm thinking, well, outside of the space shuttle disaster, how many of these moments are in our lives?
Right.
Well,
Yeah,
especially now
Challenger,
with-
it didn't feel the same grief over Challenger. It was a tragedy, but
yeah,
this one feels very personal.
Because you know him, he's everywhere. Matt, go ahead and say what you're going to
And
say.
he's
man.
always smiling.
That's
I
true.
was
Go,
gonna,
man.
I was gonna say now, especially with being just inundated with so much.
Did your mic cut out, or was that what you were saying?
Sounds like it.
Oh no, Matt, did you?
That's what
bump your
happens
mic?
when we
here.
let that.
I'm here. Sorry,
All
I
right.
had this window on another monitor. Anyway, yeah. So we're so inundated with like media and news. You can look up stats for crazy stuff in any part of the world. The world's very small now, so we don't have those moments like when I was growing up. Not in the John Lennon era, but like the O.J. Simpson trial, and like that was huge. You know what I mean? And but now though, even if you look like we don't have the TV show that everybody watches like what we did with Game of Thrones right now, right? Because there's just stuff everywhere. So for it to have this big of an impact with how quickly everything evolves and moves and people move on from things, it speaks volumes.
Well, I think one thing is that we really don't have much of a shared culture anymore. And, as I mentioned on my show on Thursday, I really don't watch Charlie Kirk videos. I've seen him on a few things. Like I said, I've seen the Vosh debate with him on Tim Pool's show. I much respect for the man for sure. But I would not consider myself to be a diehard Charlie Kirk fan. And I mentioned about how I was personally affected by it. And a lot of it comes down to, this is a guy, and of course there'll be people who will disagree, who wanted to have a conversation with people. He did. He went out there. He talked to people. There's been times where he was asked by a kid about, he said, what about gays in the conservative movement? And he was very welcoming to him. There's plenty of videos out there. Obviously, you have the leftist retards, calling him a fascist and Nazi, whatever. But there's lots of people out there from different walks of life that have nothing but good things to say about this man. And this is, not to use a turn of phrase, but seriously a turning point in this country.
It is.
Not for the good. Okay. Because and he actually said it because a kid asked him, why are you here? And he says, because we need to have conversations, because if you don't, things get bad.
Well, let's speak broader to that, because you guys all saw the video that Jeffree Star put out there in the world, right?
Yes.
Scipio, give us examples or shut the fuck up. Understand this, dude. I have a wrench and I'm not going to tolerate your fucking shit. So be cool, because I won't be.
And I'm the one who wrenched him. Real quick, though, before we go into that culture.
Yeah.
Soul123 for $20. They don't call you a fascist, racist, Nazi, etc. because they think you believe the things that they do. They call you a Nazi, racist, etc. because they are marking you as an acceptable target to be shot and executed.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes.
Exactly.
100%.
And a continuation for another $20.
Holy cow.
Make no mistake, if you have been labeled as a fascist, etc., if you were shot, they would celebrate. Please internalize the fact that they call you a fascist, etc., to mark you as an acceptable target to MRD.
Oh, no.
Exactly.
Indeed.
And that's
this,
where we've gotten with the rhetoric and the inflaming and stoking of the flames.
But here's the thing, and I promise you, everybody on this panel, anybody that has spoken out and been free about what they say and has gone to any of these meetups has already accepted the fact that they are a target. Most people realize that. I think FNT kind of helped define that clearly Friday. I think you guys need to realize that when you put yourself out there, you're stepping into a potential consequence.
You potentially put a target on yourself. That's for sure.
Yeah. And so, it's a broader conversation. When you have people that wouldn't normally feel like they fall in your sphere, like Jeffree Star, this is a makeup artist who, practically floats around the room, but he doesn't live in delusion, and he talks about that. And you know what? The fact that he spoke out so eloquently and negatively about the bologna sausage that happened to Charlie Kirk and all the reactions to it, that should give you some hope. Like, you know, I'm looking at people around that aren't even in our sphere, that are on the well outside of our sphere, that are coming to the reality that there is one side that is violent, and they are so desperate because they're losing ground that they will result to violence. That's that's the thing that they'll decide is the right option. And then I'm looking at people going, I don't want anything to do with you. Which is why the statement I said earlier that I was told I was out of bounds and not within the framework of the conversation, I'll say it this way. You have to define the people who are attacking you for what they are. You know, you have to say they're willing to defend not you, but the people who are here illegally. They're not willing to defend you, but the people who are trying to mutilate children. Understand, we are not the same. You know, we may both be human, but, you know, I'm starting to judge your level of humanity if you think it's acceptable to eliminate somebody from this planet through violence because he didn't agree with your point of view.
Well, and this is the thing that I think a lot of us are coming to terms with is the fact that, you know, how do you reconcile with people that literally want to destroy your life or murder you?
Well, and it's not just that. If this had not happened, we would have been having a completely different show that would have been talking about a young Ukrainian woman who is murdered by somebody who is led out of jail 14 times.
Right.
By an unqualified
because that's
legal
who they're
mind.
protecting.
No, but this is an unqualified legal mind who had not passed the bar, who was just a magistrate who thought, you know what, let's let this guy out for the 14th time, you know, with a promise to be good and show up in court.
Yeah. And now, I mean, I guess he's going for the insanity plea because they've recently announced, I think yesterday, maybe today, that he's just undergoing evaluation for the next 60 days.
That's going to be required no matter what.
I know.
Yeah, that's required.
It is.
He already was sent there. He was
I'm just
already
letting
sent
people
there.
know what the status of the case is at the moment.
So he was already sent there to be examined whether or not he can stand trial. That
well, it's
already
just
happened.
filling out a form, and it's almost automatic in a murder case. But
yeah, and for those of you that are here, I want to say thank you. I also want to say, please spread the word about this show. Share the stream. Share the dream. Brahma's been working hard on this channel, very hard. Let's get him elevated. He deserves it.
And we need to get Superior Navs that slipped by a little while ago.
Good.
Superior Nav for $5 Canadian. As Canadian, I would like to apologize for the Canadians who were mocking Charlie Kirk's death. Absolutely not necessary, but much appreciated.
But noted.
Yeah.
Yes.
And thank you.
And also, thank you guys for being so generous. Soul123 with the two $20 ones. That's
wow.
That's huge donations on this channel. Thank you very much. And just for all of you guys, real quick, Jill's in the chat and said hi to everybody. I just can't find the chat anymore.
Yeah,
so.
and I see the lovely Sherry out there. Look at Lisa's here. Holy cow! Look at all these great.
Yeah, but you know which Jill it is, right? Culture, because she specifically said hi to you and Comix and Chad and Mad. It's
hi, Jill.
My Jill.
Hi, Jill.
My daughter, Jill.
Wait, which one's is Jill the one I like?
Did you tell her? Did you tell
She's
her
the older one?
Did you tell her that she should have been with me at AmeriFest in December?
Oh, don't bring that up again. We already feel bad enough that we didn't get to meet him.
I wanted her to come.
We both wanted to go. We could not make it work.
All right.
Society Reviews for $5. We have to understand we're dealing with demonic forces who want blood.
You're right.
Charlie's death has revealed to the world who demons are. Satan versus Christ. Yes, this is a good versus evil thing at this point.
100%. And I'm grateful that it looks like you made it back from San Diego, my friend. So I hope you had a safe trip.
The other point you were making about like us being out in public events and stuff.
Yeah.
It is not just those who are going out into the public events. It is also
the people who attend.
Corey Comparatory, whatever, I can't remember how to pronounce his last name, but the guy who also took a bullet behind Trump, sitting in the crowd.
Yeah.
If this guy had not hit Charlie, it's probably going to hit one of the kids in line that was ready to ask him a question, because that's how they had it lined up. They do not care who it hits. They want it to hit a target, but make no mistake about it. If you're going to be firing into a crowd, you don't care about anybody in that crowd. So I want to make that clear. It is everybody. It is people who go to watch these. And you are taking a chance, but it's a chance we still all have to continue to take.
Yeah.
We cannot let a terrorist win and keep us sitting in our rooms.
No. We need more voices. We need Mad to go out there and go mad. That'd be great. We need little Chad to stand behind a popcorn machine and speak out. We need
about the Ottoman Empire.
That's right.
I
We
did
need
time in front of a popcorn machine. I'm not doing that ever again.
we need a Comix division to find a table that's very low that he can speak across. It'll be amazing.
Oh, the nice thing is, at least I'll have
Then he'd
company,
just be
'cause you'll
even with
you'll
you.
be enjoying that table with me.
Yeah. It looks like Bungalow Logic.
Hey,
he's been in a hospital stay since June, or since a hospital stay in June.
Oh,
I'm
shit.
sipping my first bourbon in 10 weeks. Toast to me. Well, I'll pour out a smoke wagon.
I'm gonna go get a drink then.
You're
I'll be right
well.
back.
Smoke wagon with their Halloween bottle for the year. It's already out. So
Jill and Mad panel, I couldn't handle all her Gen Z speak. She unironically said dead ass.
No cap.
was it her that said dead ass? I thought it was Jamie who did.
No, it was Jill. Because I stopped the whole conversation. I went, what did you just say? Because you acted normal. Like it's a normal thing for someone to say.
Well, I'm used to having kids. Especially ones that are old enough to use the sling. All right, and we got Brady. The trans Nazis must be called out because they no longer care about truth in any shape or form. They've forsaken all natural laws, and therefore they can justify anything. That is, I believe, I know who that is, and a buddy from high school. And he's right. Jill's also the one that has the baby that's scared to death of you.
That's not even true.
She's scared to death of most guys. I actually did get to go out and touch grass today. I took the family to the zoo, and we had a good time. Are we still waiting on Culture to do this? This
What
cheers?
are we waiting on him for?
I have no idea.
He was going to go get himself a drink, but whatever. I'm drinking. Cheers.
Hey, I'm here. Calm down.
All right, have a drink.
Sadly, I already finished my whiskey that I was having.
You know, I don't drink hardly at all anymore now. So this is a new thing.
I've been cutting back quite a bit.
Well, when you get old,
44.
No.
I mean, I'm like a
I'm gonna
decade
be
younger.
I'm gonna be the speed limit this year, kid. So
85.
no, no, the old speed limit, like the Van Halen sang about it.
75.
Oh, good lord.
Leave review for $5 more. I think this quote is appropriate. First they ignore you, then they laugh at you, then they fight you, then you win. Now we need to win.
Oh, I think we're there. We think we're there. Look, we are at winning time. We're beating back the evil. As long as the ballot box is not completely polluted. Redistricting is a huge win. 2026 midterms are some of the most important things ever. If you think you've got it locked, go vote anyway.
Yes.
Okay, please.
Yes.
And
register other people, just like Charlie was doing. Get them to the polls.
Take people with you, right? The persistence and many of the other people out there that are doing this kind of work, become one of those people. Take your friends, take your family, take the people that believe in you, and then when it's time to vote, take them with you. Okay? It's really important. Okay? Really, really, really. So.
Yep. Well,
you know, when you get old in life, things get taken from you. I mean, that's a part of life. Culture, just to let you know.
What? Things get taken from you?
Well, but you only learn that when you start losing stuff.
Oh, let me tell you, you lose people like you can't believe. When you get to be
find
my
out
age,
life is a game of inches.
Yeah. Oh, do the whole speech, bro, or don't start it. Do the whole speech or don't start it.
Over here.
Yes, he's doing any given Sunday.
I know, and I need the whole
going,
speech.
Mad. Keep going.
By the way, I know that Mad
gotta dip in.
burns through his medications, but he's definitely saving a pill for that movie. He's going to be there day one.
It looks
in
good.
line and watching that movie.
I have no
Which
interest
one?
in him.
What movie?
It's fucking what's his name's new movie.
Let me retract my. It looks good. It looks It looks interesting. It has my attention. That's. By the way, I saw Weapons. That was good.
Yeah, it's a pretty good horror movie, right?
Weapons was good.
Do you
Weapons
agree
was
with
very
my
good.
assessment that Weapons is the highest quality Neil Breen movie you'll ever see?
I get that.
That's probably true. But man, that curly headed blonde chick that was also like fake surfboard person, Silver Surfer. She's not attractive.
This is a
The one in Weapons?
Yeah, but it's okay
The
if she
teacher?
still exists, though.
Yeah, the curly headed blonde chick from Hades.
Yeah, I don't find her attractive either.
No.
Yeah, unfortunately. Sometimes the wall hits you a lot.
I do feel bad for the guy from Solo, though, because I've seen him in several other movies since then. Now I was like, this guy's actually a pretty good actor.
He's a good actor.
He really is. He was great in that movie.
The biggest mistake was just signing up for that movie.
Well, his biggest mistake was hitching his wagon to Disney.
Well, look, I'm going to tell you right now, I want to see what Lord Miller actually put together, because I'm going to tell you right now, with everything that came out of that little redheaded stepchild, Ron Howard, after that, I'm going to tell you, maybe he was on the way down before he got Solo. I'm just saying.
How did we get
Solo lost money.
It did. A lot of it.
It lost a lot of money.
A lot of it.
I mean, not as much as some of the newer Marvel movies.
Hey, Toxic Man Flu just gave you money for some reason.
Yep.
Okay.
Tox, who's out in Chicago at the Krigler meetup.
Yeah, the wet
for
diaper meetup.
$5. I just dropped in to do one thing.
And he just did it.
By the way, you saw he broke his knee while he was out there.
I saw he banged it against Nick. I don't know what they were
Or
doing.
Nick banged it against him.
Whatever it was, it was
I don't know this
that was
millennial code
a
for having
confluence
gay
of
sex, but
events.
it doesn't belong here.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
All I know is that him and Mrs. Flu were, trying to give me severe FOMO last night. They kept sending me pictures of people at the meetup.
He didn't send me any of those pictures. Tox? Seriously?
I think it was more Mrs. Flu. She was also talking with the wife. Talks for another $5, and I have done it.
You did, and thank you again.
Thank you, sir.
I feel like I've been robbed at this point.
You have.
I really did want to get out there and hang out with Krigler while he's stateside.
Yeah.
Sucks.
Holy
It's not
cow.
easy it's expensive to get to Chicago from where I'm at for
But
whatever reason.
You got gifties.
Eric K with the gifts, 5 Brahma Bowl memberships. Thank you very much. Looks like those are going to DJ Ronnie G, Vigil, Nick with The Plot Strikes Back, John Wayne, and Professor Savage Dad.
That's a pretty big deal that John Wayne has a membership to your channel.
I know, especially while I'm smoking the Cowboy Killers.
You know, if only you got Johnny Cash, then you would have a ring of fire.
If only John Wayne hadn't made The Conqueror, he might have lasted a lot longer. But
him and
I've got a John Gruden
and everyone else on that set. Hey, we'll save some money. We can film where they were testing the nukes.
Is that what they did?
You never,
copied it. It's sometimes hard to keep this group from going into entertainment for a few minutes, even on the politics show.
So we got entertainment tomorrow. Let's get back to politics.
Oh, that's true. Hey, what are we
Comics,
gonna?
it's terrible.
we-
they got John Wayne to play Genghis Khan.
No, that's awesome.
But
Are
they
you
also
kidding? It's not
shot right
terrible.
where they did all the testing down in the desert.
Is that where he got his cancer from? Was that film?
Like 70% of the crew working on that film died
Yeah.
of cancer.
Holy
of some
shit! I
sort.
had no idea.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yep, it was.
It was a
poor
full-on
decision.
cancer cluster.
Wow.
And Tree Rock makes a good point on what's the difference between politics and entertainment now. I think we've gotten to the point where politics being downstream from culture is now converged to they are almost the exact same thing.
Yeah, but that's much the detriment.
Did you see the shit happening at the Emmys today, where they basically
They let Hannah say her bullshit. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and apparently,
No.
Javier Bardot also was like wearing a.
He was making comments about Palestine, and he
Yeah.
could not work with anybody who would be against Palestine.
I can't remember what the fuck
that's-
those things are called.
That's going to be difficult for him because
Emmys?
there's a certain group that does a lot of stuff in Hollywood.
Yeah.
That
Yeah,
don't
let's-
really like Hamas.
Let's try this again. Hollywood was run by people of Jewish faith for most of its existence, albeit the extremely socialist side. But again, Israel, whether or not you want to believe it or not, is a socialist country.
Not once Reagan did his part for the House Un-American Activities Committee. He helped shunt a lot of those people out.
Well, we didn't go far enough, so I blame McCarthy for where Hollywood is right now. Hollywood was always right.
Okay, hang on. Are we now getting fun facts from Jill? Because apparently Brahma likes hippos.
I did know that.
Oh, I do
because-
love the hippos.
Yeah, we covered the hippo bill once on MadEPAP.
What?
Every Tuesday, 9:15 p.m.
I
yeah,
do
well,
love
we almost
when the hippos take craps and their tail goes back and forth, just spraying it everywhere, and half of the crowd isn't paying attention and gets just coated. Unfortunately, we have a horrible hippo enclosure at our zoo. They didn't make the wall with the water a glass clear wall, so you can't ever find the freaking hippo. Pisses me off.
you can bottle
Real
feed
quick.
hippos and walk them on a leash.
What can
I want
what?
to do that. Also, the hippo is responsible for more human deaths than any other animal on the
Yes,
planet.
they are. They are extremely vicious creatures.
They are evil.
Wait, there's a Brahmatar?
Yeah.
Okay.
You know who it is.
That is Brahma's evil alter ego
Oh,
from
okay.
the pages of Morning Glory.
Okay, all right.
That is the author of Brahmadeus.
Brahmadeus.
Toxic Man
Brahmadeus.
Flu for $10. That was all Mrs. Flu. She took a ton of photos. Nick jumped into my arms. It did not end well. Crushed the hats and merch I bought for Adam. Forced me to self-medicate. It was a rough meetup.
I just want
But
to say,
I can
Bruce,
absolutely see Nick doing
Of
that.
his leg. It's funny.
Oh, I
It's
saw.
not. It's not funny. That's
My,
ouch.
my only takeaway is that apparently Tox shaves his legs.
He didn't. What? No. When you get older, especially if you wear high socks, it makes it look like you shave.
High socks like that video of Stephen King trying to promote his Long Walk movie, and
God.
he's got
Oh.
socks up above his knee.
Dude, I
always
gotta
wanted
tell
to
you
go see
right
that
now.
movie. I thought it might be pretty good.
Yeah, that movie
It's
does
not.
look good.
And if you see that
Have you
movie,
seen
we
it?
won't talk again.
Have you seen it?
Well, it came out Thursday.
Yeah, I haven't watched it. I went and saw the Demon Slayer release.
Okay, that's better. Thank you for that. Okay,
Wait,
good.
Culture, have you seen the movie?
No, I will never see anything from Stephen King ever again.
All right, let's drag it back to Charlie.
All right,
That is dragging it back to Charlie.
I did want to
Mad,
show
make
this.
make your last point, Mad. Sorry.
No, I'm good.
No, hey, he gets to make his last point, but I have to suffer underneath the weight of Lil Chad interrupting me after everything I say.
Wait, what did you say?
Say better things.
I love my friends. Let's go.
Here, this is all right. I've got a moment of everybody can have some fun catharsis for this. This is from the Emmys tonight.
Oh, I hate this
is-
chick
No,
so
this
much.
is Elizabeth Banks, and she's presenting the.
She's
Emmy
a
for
C word,
best-
kids.
for best director of a limited series, and she's super happy because 5 out of the 6 nominees are women. So let's
Of
see what
course.
happens.
And when was the last time
Which
Blow it
ones
up.
they suck.
category
Yeah, could you make that smaller? Oh, thank you.
What's the category?
Best director.
I was gonna say best retard.
I think we all agree it was never. And this year's nominees are Helen Shaver for The Penguin, Shannon Murphy for Dying for Sex,
Why do they all look like dog shit?
Nicole Castle for Sirens,
Wow, look at this. It's consistent.
Just wait for it,
Jennifer
culture.
Getzinger for The Penguin,
The man wins it.
Leslie Lincoln Glatter for Zero Day,
Oh, good Lord.
and Philip Barantini for Adolescent.
It's got to be him.
Even
It's
though
gonna
it's
be
an
the guy.
interesting
tie.
show.
If you think about it, because that means Philip is the oneer. And you know, you know. All right, the Emmy goes to
Don't know.
Philip Barantini.
Yes.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, dude.
Also,
Seriously.
Elizabeth Banks looks unrecognizable. How
Yeah,
much work
well,
she had done.
She's super pregnant right now.
Well,
Is that what it is?
How could she be? She's 172 years old.
Elizabeth Banks.
Says
Yeah.
the man that was talking about John Lennon.
Weren't we all alive when John Lennon was?
I think he was killed in 1981.
What year was he assassinated?
81.
So no,
So
not all of us were.
I was born. I was born.
I was
Mad
headed
was
to high
not.
school.
Young
Anyway,
Mad.
No, 1980. So actually, no, that means
Okay.
Brahma.
Then it was a year before us.
Yeah.
let's see. Okay,
Culture and
head-
comics were there.
I was headed to middle school. Anyway.
A little while later, Culture
Too
found
old.
out that nice man got shot for something.
Yeah, Elizabeth Banks should be mid 40s. She hasn't had a
must-
period since like
Oh,
6
yeah.
years ago.
It must be
The
hard.
reason
being
why he was
brothers.
shot is because he was a witch.
No, he was a communist.
No, I mean legit.
Lindsay.
The person basically that shot him basically said he was a witch. That's why he shot
But he
him.
also wanted to be forever conjoined with Lenin. Right? Oh, wait, that was the other guy.
Yeah.
No. Was that Hinckley? Who was that?
Hinckley was Reagan.
Hinckley was Reagan.
Hinckley was, yeah.
And,
Okay.
and he did it for Taxi Driver Girl.
Oh, that's right. The chick, Clarice. He did it for
Yes.
Clarice.
Yeah, he did.
Oh, by
for
the way,
Clarice.
do you know that? And if you were worried about it, Hinckley's been doing work release and basically only spending nights in jail for
Oh,
like 20
nice.
years. They even let him go home and like have lunch and tea with his mom.
Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah, the CIA must be done with him at this point.
I guess.
Wait. Jonah Heck says she was born in 1974.
Okay.
Who?
Yeah,
Banks?
Elizabeth Banks. Yeah,
That feels right.
that would make her 52.
Yeah, she's old.
Well,
She ain't
50
having
she
no
will be.
baby.
She'll be
She's having
52.
like, I'm eating like a cow. I'm turning into Rosie O'Donnell. That's what she's doing.
Well,
By the way, the only thing I ever saw her that she was good in.
How's your channel with all chicks going?
Oh, it's awesome, dude. Yeah, I think I have more
effectively,
subscribers
Culture
than you.
is the best director winner on that channel.
Anyway, no, but Elizabeth Banks, she was only good in one film. It was called Zack and Miri Make a Porno. Coincidentally, it's the only time Seth Rogen's ever been funny.
That was actually a funny movie. I like
That's
that
what I
movie.
just said.
I like Superbad, but that was early Seth Rogen.
Yeah, Superbad was good.
I like Freaks and Geeks.
Yeah,
We're
that was
still
awesome.
talking entertainment.
I have a soft spot for what was the movie Pineapple Express. That
Yeah.
makes me laugh.
Dude, that is.
Have you guys actually seen The Interview? That is a good movie too.
I like The Interview.
Yeah, I saw it.
Yeah.
I'm going to send Little Chad. I'm going to send you my Blu-ray copy of that terrible piece of shit film, Pineapple Express.
Look, that opening sequence with Bill Hader as the army guy who is testing pot makes me think of Mad now every time. I see it.
But there are
Like,
some
what?
elements.
This is
There
the
are some
shit. Everybody
skits.
should be getting it.
Oh my god! There's some skits that are fine, but
And when
Jillian says, "Good night, everybody. Rest in peace,
Good night,
Charlie
Jill.
Kirk, and keep spreading the good word." Good night, Jill.
yeah, we will. We will. We look. This is a beloved man. So
And Talk says, for $2, subscribe to Vagioni Reviews.
that is not
That
what
would
the
be
channel is.
That would be Culture's other
Campione
Reviews?
reacts. No, it's Campione reacts. What do you mean review? You know what?
John
You're not
Campione
helping.
reacts.
Yeah, Tuesday we have a thing together. Do you know what my fucking name is? Jeez, oh, Pete.
Pete?
Culture Casino.
Is your name Pete Casino?
No,
I know his real name.
Do you?
I do too.
Yes.
Okay.
By
the
we
way,
all know one of those real names.
Coincidentally, it's the same as mine.
Can I? That's also true. Can I just say this, Matt?
So your name's Pete as well, Brahma?
Yes.
Matt,
I will now go by Pete, the Brahma Bull.
Matt, don't tell people. Matt, I miss you. Just so you know, I had the best time ever in Texas because of you. So thank you.
You're welcome.
How was he as a driver? Was he satisfactory? Would you rate him?
Dude, I would have rated him a 5 on my Uber app. Not only that, I bought him dinner. He couldn't eat it all.
Probably better than what happens when me and Matt are in a vehicle in Texas.
Dude.
Every crazy seems to go all over me. We got
don't you know
cut
that
off.
Matt's a crazy.
We got cut off multiple times after the meetup in Dallas. Some guy, chased us down. I think because I was wearing my Trump hat, but
didn't help.
I look,
yeah.
Mad was.
I mean, you're in Texas. Like we see those things all over the place. I don't think it would.
This was Dallas near downtown.
Oh, okay.
Mad was very talented at driving, and he ate like 3 bites of the steak that I bought for him. It was
I ate
very
more than 3, and I ate it when later on at the house.
Okay. Well, look, I'm just glad that your lovely provider of everything you have enjoyed her leftovers. So there's that.
Anyway, Charlie leaves. Charlie leaves a legacy as basically as a martyr at this point,
which they said he wouldn't have. Right?
He's going to be more powerful than his voice ever was while he was living. I mean, he did tons while he was alive, and those videos are going to get watched. Those
forever.
All those statements are going to be there forever. The sad part is the 3 and the 1-year-old that will never make him in front of their father.
I know. It's very sad.
Yeah, it's heartbreaking.
Did you guys see Erica's statement that she made?
Yeah. Yes. Oh gosh, did you watch her?
I did.
I made a statement afterwards that is the definition of a strong woman. Being able to do that within 48 hours. If the world wants to know what a strong woman and a truly loving wife looks like, that is it. The second video was a little bit creepy.
Second video,
where she was with his body in the casket, but people do things when grief comes out in different ways. But it's also like Jackie O. They need to see what they did.
Yeah. Well, and the people attacking her, fucking awful people.
Yes, people are now calling her more evil than Charlie, because she made a video saying that she was going to make sure that his mission continues.
Well, not only that, they're basically trying to say, "Oh, she made threats." It's like, fuck off. That's not what she was saying.
She never did. And Lindsay, I'm going to tell you, you're going to cry. That is a hard moment.
I don't know how she didn't just break down crying. I was tearing up.
I promise you, she's been crying for several days at this point.
Yeah, the part where she talks about that, where the 3-year-old asking where's daddy, and she's like, he's on a business trip with Jesus. It's like, oh God, that's rough. I mean, because she's right. It's like, how do you explain to a 3-year-old that they lost their father?
That he's not coming back.
That he's not coming back
ever.
Yeah, it's very sad.
And
the 3-year-old may remember something, but not enough.
Let's hope that she doesn't remember anything.
And it's going to take a lot of effort.
Well, from that day,
I'm going to be honest. There's going to be a lot of really evil institutional effort to capture those children to make them propaganda mouthpieces. Yep. Look at Reagan's kids, how happy they always were to trot out, Reagan's kids as counterpoints to him. I think one of the reasons they viscerally hate Trump too, as they haven't been able to turn any of his kids yet.
Well, and again, that's Nancy's fault. To be fair, I'm just gonna say Nancy Reagan was not the light that Erica seems to be. So I'm just saying.
Now, on the plus side, Trump is getting the memo about what is happening. So here we go. Like here.
Problem is on the left. If you look at the problem is on the left. It's not on the right, like some people like to say on the right. The problem we have is on the left. And when you look at the agitators, you look at the scum that speaks so badly of our country, the American flag burnings all over the place, that's the left. That's not the right. Well, the problem is on the left.
He's right.
And watching the Krasensteins spurg out over this has been absolutely ridiculous.
Dude, Brahma, do you have the particular clip of the posting that if you're dating a trans woman,
I saw that. No,
I was
that is
like,
the definition of heterosexual. It's like, no, if a guy is dating somebody with a dick, it is not heterosexual.
Yeah.
You're a freaking idiot.
I need to get some answers on this, Mad. When you were lovingly spooning your men in the watching Brokeback Mountain, was that gay or was that straight?
No, bro, that was Army.
That was Army. But the Krasensteins have been crashing out harder than just about anybody, trying to prove that this was a right-wing killer. And
well, I can't help but
we
think
apparently
if
have not done enough to push.
Gets opened up. There's going to be a lot of money being funneled to certain people with that last name that could, implicate them.
Yeah, but we have just not been speaking loud enough, and we need to be pushing back a lot more, because all of a sudden, everybody who's shot anybody over the past 10 years is all right wing. Every single piece of political, any type of shooting is supposedly right wing. And it's like, we all know that the thing in Minnesota, the guy had No Kings flyers all over in his car. He claimed that Tim Walz said that that's the reason that he needed to kill those two people in Minnesota. And yet, everywhere on Twitter, well, that was a right winger. No, it fucking wasn't.
Well, do you want to know why he's not a right winger? Because it disappeared from the news.
Yeah,
the ones that disappear from the news.
Yes,
even
and
the whole
everybody's
thing with,
like, why isn't anybody so upset about them? A, nobody knew them. B, it was because it was left on left violence.
Yeah,
you guys should have made a bigger deal about it. You didn't. Well, you tried to blame it on the right, and then you made it disappear.
Nobody's like applauding it. No one's saying this is a good thing. It's like, well, this isn't good. And of course,
all we said was this is left on left.
Yeah. But the other thing too with Paul Pelosi. So they're trying to frame that guy as being right wing because he had MAGA stuff. But when they checked the RV, there was like Antifa stuff in there, and there was also BLM stuff in there. And this individual was clearly jumping from thing to thing and was not mentally well. And I don't think that was actually politically motivated at all at this point. It was just a crazy fucking person.
No, it was just a really roughed up lover situation.
And the house that he was living at with a whole bunch of leftists with all kinds of in our house, blah, blah, blah type crap all over the yard. That's not a right winger.
Yeah, totally not a right winger.
Let's just speak truth. If you live in a crime riddled environment like Chicago or anywhere near that area, or any of these other places that are ruled by the blue defund the police ideologues, every day you walk outside, you're taking a risk. Even more so than maybe even Comix division.
Yeah.
What the fuck does that supposed to mean?
Yeah,
that would have been another thing we would have been talking about this week is
Comix division.
The amount of crime in the blue cities.
Look,
Jaffo, though, for $5 real quick. I didn't watch many of Charlie's videos. I know they are smearing him posthumously. Now I'm going back and watching his old content. Good job, Left.
Yep.
Yeah.
They're dumb. They're dumb.
The man was a I realize he's debating college students, sometimes professors.
That is not an argument.
It's all he's able to argue against everything. And he shuts down things left and right, and he does it in a very nice way. He's hardly ever raising his voice.
Right.
He's usually smiling, and he's usually trying to bring people to Christ as much as he is to the right.
Okay, so you guys know the Secret Scholar Society guy? The black-haired, skinny guy that I think FNT had him on at one point in time. But he was a teacher, and they fired him because he was perceived as right-wing. And he kind of does amazing videos. But anyway, he showed a video of the other teacher that is still practicing in college. And he's got a classroom full of people talking about, Charlie's approach to this situation, where one of the students in this guy's class was talking that same nonsense that you were just saying, Brahma, that he's cast as anti-college and all the other stuff, and that he's debating college kids and all of that. And the girl in this class was, functionally retarded, clearly, but maybe not to everybody, but when you listen to her speak, she hasn't thought about any of her positions. She's repeating other people. And that video dropped, I think, today. And I was Warren Smith. Thank you, rude calling. Warren Smith. And he runs this video, and he runs it beginning to end, and he shows just how effective the arguments that Charlie used and this other teacher used are against these people. It doesn't matter if they're college kids.
Just because you're arguing with retards doesn't mean that your points aren't well made.
Yeah, these people decided to step into the ring and have a conversation, thinking that their point of view or their argument would defeat Charlie's, and they FO'd. And that's
half the time they were reading from freaking phones because they can't have an original thought.
No, and they can't recall from memory statistics and other things like Charlie can. Charlie knows this thing, or I should say, Charlie knew these things front to back. And whenever he was called out by anybody at any of these events, and by the way, watching him do this is amazing, but he defeated their arguments handily. I never saw him lose a point, including when he was arguing with a 70-year-old man who wanted to fight him.
I saw that one.
Yeah, I saw that one.
Yeah.
The guy's like, come and take the first swing. Come and take the first swing. He's like, sir, you're like 75. I'm 30. And
31.
I'm 6 foot whatever.
Yeah.
We all know how this is going to go. The point is,
well.
You guys can't argue, so you want to get physical.
You want to fight. Yeah.
And that's ultimately how Charlie's life ended, is they could not argue with him and debate him, so they shot him. They took out one of the most effective voices on the right and the most moderate. I mean, just about everybody has made that point at this point.
You guys,
he was not talking crazy, even with the gay issue. He had the typical Christian view that I do not agree with the lifestyle. I do not even think that marriage should be involved. But you can be gay. He was friends with Dave Rubin. There's nothing,
he was very welcoming.
There's nothing radical about that. That is literally just saying I don't agree with the lifestyle because my religion says the lifestyle is against it's sinful.
Well, it doesn't. But he was very welcoming to.
But he was accepting
gay
of
conservatives.
People.
Yeah.
Well,
yes.
And again, Jaffa points out that he had Buck Angel on, who I've actually argued with and talked with and agreed with over on Keri Smith's channel.
Keri Smith's, yeah.
I'm so sad I missed that.
It was amazing, and so, but that conversation was wrong. We had a freaking porn star on there as well. That particular conversation, and Brahma was there, was amazing. If you can go back and find that episode, do you remember when that was? It's a while ago. It's like
it was a celebration stream, so it was like what was it? 10,000 subscribers.
10,000, I think. Yeah. But it was.
So.
Yeah, it was amazing.
It's on her channel.
It's just all I have to say is that that was an amazing moment. And look, we don't always have to agree 1,000% on everything, but we can still remain in the same sphere. We can still be friends. We can still agree on the majority of things that lead to a productive and successful society. I think that was the broader conversation we had on a 10,000 subscribers stream. Anyway, it is what it is.
Yeah, it was just a weird grouping of people. Do need to get this one also from Toxic Man Flu for $5. $29 spent to ban Darth Scipio. Completely worth it. Back to my cat videos and editing a new intro. I'll be done in December. I've heard the song for the new intro.
It's good.
It is kind of
It's
it's
great.
good.
It's
I'm
great.
looking forward to when we actually get it done. And speaking of Keri Smith, I believe next week we will have guests, Keri Smith and Mike
Wow.
Harlow.
Oh, hey, Harlow's a great dude. Love hanging out with him. Love streaming him.
Harlow made an announcement on Twitter last night that he's kind of stepped back from the politics thing, but after this week,
yeah, he's light up.
And what happened with Charlie,
Yeah.
he's jumping straight back in. So I immediately DM'd him and
for
said,
him.
"Do you want to come talk about Charlie?" He was like, "I'm out of town for the weekend. I can't do it this Sunday." But he's got a perma link and he will be jumping on whenever the hell he feels like it.
I have to tell you, he's great. He's in person. I get to meet him in person. He's awesome in person. If you ever get a chance to watch him or just take in what he says on his streams, you probably should, because that guy is 100% straight arrow. Whether or not you agree with his lifestyle, some people might have trouble with that, but
You
And he
described
knows
him
that.
as a
He knows
straight
that
arrow.
Huh?
Nothing.
What?
What did you
Just
say?
him describing him. This Mike Harlow guy. He's straight
Dude, I'm
arrow.
going to say the same thing about Jeffree Star, which I was talking about earlier.
We also say the same thing about Mad. Straight
Yeah.
I don't like how
Rama, go ahead and make
Mike's
your
always.
point.
Matt does love bros quite a bit.
I don't like how Mike always tries to outgay me.
Well, he actually almost does. I mean, other than the beach stuff.
I don't know, man.
I don't know. I don't think he ever watched Brokeback
Mad might be
Mountain
more gay than Mike.
with another man. That might be
Thank
more
you.
gay.
That's all I ask.
Anyway, Brahma, what were you gonna say? Because I'm kind of curious.
Yeah, go.
I can't remember.
You're gonna say you basically
About
told-
Mike?
Yeah.
Mike knows I'm a Christian. He knows Keri's a Christian. He knows that we aren't, super good with the lifestyle because of our Christian beliefs, but we're also good friends.
Yeah.
I mean, it's no different than the way Charlie was with people.
Yeah.
You can, somebody, and I think it was probably, who was it? I think it was probably Lindsay said a few minutes ago, hate the sin, love the sinner.
Yeah.
No, indeed. And again, I mean, look, you live your lifestyle. You're an adult people. You get a chance to make your decision. I'm not going to try to direct that. What I will tell you is what I believe and why I believe it. And look, I mean, Tina Guzman's out there talking about Blair White. Blair White's amazing, right? This is a person who accepts that this is how they feel, but they are not delusional, which is the same thing Jeffree Star said. And I mean, there's a bunch of people out there that understand that the world is not going to conform with what they feel, but they understand why they don't believe in the things that they're doing. I mean,
You
it's
saw
just
Blair is moving back to California
Really? Why should we move out to California?
how? Why?
because she doesn't feel safe in Texas.
Why?
What?
He doesn't feel safe in Texas. I don't know. It was just an announcement that was made, I think, last week, going back to California.
Based on what just happened?
I don't know
Are you-
all the details. Well,
Okay.
I mean, this was before this happened, so I don't know.
All right.
Jaffo for $5. I did know about this even before the stream, but I didn't watch many. No, that's the wrong one. We already got that one.
Wow.
Let me get down to the current
The
one.
new one. The Libra
Sorry,
Review.
it was the Libra Review.
Yeah.
For $5. Just read this headline on Gateway Pundit. Vice President J.D. Vance to host the Charlie Kirk show
Holy
from
cow.
the White House on Monday. Yep.
Holy cow.
And they did have a show Friday where they left Charlie's seat empty. And
I saw
Jack
that.
And the rest of the guys did their thing.
Yeah.
Right before, well, during their normal time slot. And then Erica made her statement later that evening.
Man, I got to tell you, Erica is a class act. I don't care what anybody says. She's amazing.
And I think she will keep those kids on the straight and narrow.
And I think here's the other thing. I think this is an inspiration, and the fact that she's like, this is not going to stop, and yada yada yada. I'm just going to say this: I'm inspired. I've been speaking like the truth and straight talk for several days now, and I ain't going to stop. Look, I mean, the punishment I'm getting from YouTube already. How can they make it worse? Honestly, at this point.
I'm not monetized, so on this channel, the new rules are we don't disguise our language.
Yeah.
And the stuff like COVID and the vaccine and all that stuff,
yeah.
I don't think they're doing anything about it anymore, but I'm going to say retarded. I'm going to, talk about things the way I want to talk about them. So...
Well, I've never stopped saying retarded.
Brandon Tatum is also going to do the show.
No, none of us did. But
look,
yeah,
I don't
Tatum
think
is
you're
supposed to do it as well.
Yeah, but look, Tina's right. Brandon Tatum's going to do the show also. I'm going to say it this way. I don't think you're going to shut us up. I don't think you're going to shut us up ever again. I think this was the worst outcome they could have had.
And I think you're also going to find out how many people that Charlie Kirk actually got into this, because Tatum came in through Turning Point.
Yeah.
Anna Paulina Luna came into being a congresswoman through Turning Point. These are all people that are basically disciples of Charlie Kirk's Turning Point USA. There are countless numbers of people that are now major influencers on the right that came up through Turning Point.
Yeah.
He did this when he was 18.
No, dude,
this guy did all of this by he was 31 years old.
Yeah.
Who else has a legacy like that?
Yeah, and for every single year of his age, he increased his net worth to that same number. So here we are. He's worth over $30 million. He set his family in a good position, and Erica can only grow it. Not only that, I mean, beyond the monetary things, which, of course, I'm a business.
He was one of the most effective fundraisers for the right as well.
He was. And I'm going to say this. Without him, the margin didn't close the way it should. He basically put the current leader of the free world in the position he's in, almost single-handedly.
He definitely got him the popular vote.
And it also look, I went to that event right after the election in December, and I'm just going to tell you, I have never seen so much enthusiasm and I was never inspired so much. I didn't ever see this kind of energy within, a political party. All inspired by him. The people were there because of him and because of the new leader of the free world that was replacing a dead D-cell battery. So it was an amazing thing. And
he would have been a president at some point.
Yeah, I think so.
The other thing is he was so good at just being entertaining. He made events not the stodgy old Republican thing. He made them fun.
Well, he measured in a bit of
smoke
humor.
Machines, glitter, glitter flying everywhere, all that kind of stuff.
That was kind of weird. I have to tell you,
he had a showmanship to him that people and his charisma that people really latched onto, especially amongst the youth.
I was standing on the press stage shooting the last day of the event where the president was speaking, and you're 100% right. You had glitter, smoke. The stereo system that it was in there was like for a rock concert. That's what I felt I was in. When I'm standing there, I'm on a giant elevated stage that's actually the press stage, and we have amazing views. And like I'm going, this is a rock concert. I've been to 1,000 rock concerts, and that's what this was. People,
and I'd be willing to bet the RNC last year was modeled after a Turning Point USA event.
They better be, and they better be going forward.
The RNC last year, I'm saying, having Hulk Hogan come out, having everything was high energy, everything was exciting and fun. And I don't know how many of you guys noticed, but Trump did say for the midterms, we're basically going to do an RNC for the midterms.
And
There's going to be a full midterm RNC event. So
I have to tell you, it was incredibly effective. Every guest that came up was inspiring. At times, I felt like it was in church, not because of the religious rhetoric that you would normally hear in an event like that, but just the energy and the excitement. I stood for 2.5 hours. There was no sitting. There was no sitting for that.
Yeah.
And it was incredible. I'm just gonna say the energy and the effort that Charlie put into everything showed at everything he ever did, whether it be a small event on a small college campus or at a major event, like maybe at Arizona State University or other college campuses. This one most especially, the unfortunate situation, of course, but this was an effort. He filled the courtyard there.
And he came out with a smile, throwing hats to people cheering him because they wanted to hear him speak. So,
yeah.
We're at the 2 hours. Anybody got any other final thoughts on Charlie and where we go from here?
Like I said, I want the full boot of government.
Oh man, I wish you elevate your volume just a little, my friend.
I said the full boot of government needs to start coming down this week. I want charges. I want RICO, SWAT teams. I want everything.
Yes. Yeah,
I
look.
want George Soros in a show trial in southern Utah. I want Reid Hoffman there. I want them to have bail denied. I want them to have to spend 10 years to appeal to the Supreme Court to get the Supreme Court to say it'll be overturned, just like they did to Bob McDonnell when Obama thought he was a threat coming out of Virginia and they made up novel legal charges against him using Jack Smith. Fuck them all. Make them do everything that they've done to us.
Yeah.
And I know Matt is very, has more of like, well, they've already been doing it. So this Cold War has been hot on one side already for.
Yeah. Time to get real.
It's the same as we said during the election.
Power. Yeah. They've been doing it for.
It's what we said before
years.
The election. Fight them with the same rules they've been fighting us with.
No, because maybe they'll actually stop at that point when they realize. And again, this is what we've been talking about for forever. The only reason why they've been getting away with this for so long is because we're like trying to take the higher ground, saying no, we shouldn't do that. Well, the issue is that we've been fighting them with basically two arms tied behind our back
Both
at this point.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's time that we basically use their own tactics against them, make them cry uncle, and that way, hopefully, there's no guarantees in this that this shit comes to an end. Odds are the cycle will just continue, unfortunately. Which
the process is the punishment, and we should turn that around for sure.
Yeah, well, the exact same shit they did to Trump, it needs to happen to them. The exact same shit that they've been doing to Republicans, since Obama, needs to be applied to them. This shit needs to come to an end. And maybe we can get back to being civil to one another after that, but the boot needs to fall on them for a change.
Yep.
And
Tina's right on the other side.
Exactly.
Charlie would want us to read our Bibles, get closer to the Lord, have a relationship with Jesus. That was his main mission.
Yeah.
The politics thing was the tool that he used, but he did do a lot of evangelizing to all of those college campuses.
And he
believed that evangelism is what makes people be on the right. Because they look at the truth.
He was right in every single thing that he believed. Everything you just described, he was 100% right. I'm going to tell you, that's why you feel a particular way right now. For those of you in the audience, that's why you feel such a deep emotional loss. This is a spiritual loss. This is something when the core of a man is what he represented, his deep faith. What he projected more than anything else was that his relationship with God
that's what he wanted to be remembered for.
What drove him, and he said so multiple times. He also talks about what he wanted his legacy to be, and it wasn't fame, it wasn't anything other than the basic tenets of being a good human being under the Lord. And I have to say, if you model yourself after this man, even if you're not religious, you will be a good person. And isn't that the most important thing?
Yeah.
And RFK tonight at the vigil said his 17-year-old niece is getting ready to go to college, and she was packing, and her mom was looking through her stuff, making sure she had everything she needed, and she found her Bible in there and was asking her, what's up with this? And she was like, well, Charlie Kirk is somebody that I want to be like.
Yeah.
Which was shocking to RFK and to, you know, the mother of his 17-year-old niece.
Cheryl Teagues.
Eric K. celebrates 3 months of membership. Comix, they still will not see it. They are professional victims. They will call foul and unfair and admit that they have done nothing wrong. Or done nothing is admit nothing they have done. Sorry. Yeah, it's going to be hard. Like I was talking about with the muddied waters earlier, they're still going to, this is forever in their minds, this is forever going to be a right wing on right wing violence. And we all know it's not.
Yeah. Until again, like I said, the influence.
They can deny reality, Eric, but what they can't do is deny the fact that cancel culture is coming for them next. Right. I mean, it already has come for them. So.
And look, I'm just going to say it this way. The long arm of government can slap all of them in the face, because right now the hammer is held by Trump and the enforcer is at the FCC, and they can start striking down licenses from these networks that are continuing to report a false narrative. I'm going to tell you right now, there's not a lot of income coming into the major media companies right now. They cannot lose the commercial advertisements that come through their affiliate stations that they actually control. So if they start smacking down ABC, NBC, CBS, or any of these other stations that are airing the material that's got this garbage in it, it won't last long.
And let's keep this top of mind, because they're probably out of power for the next 10 to 12 years.
Oh, man,
we just keep this movement going, because
you gotta
don't let them forget what they did.
You got to go to the ballot box. I'm sorry. You have to vote. You have to take friends to vote. You have to make sure your friends are registered to vote. You have to make sure they're informed. We said this earlier about an hour ago. That look, advanced citizenship is what we live in America. So you have to be on top of the ball. You have to be able to explain the differences between the philosophies and the belief system, the platforms that exist out there. And you have to be able to explain it enough so that people realize these people believe in illegal stuff and criminals. They support them over you. And these people support you and not the criminals.
Yeah,
I mean,
they flood the streets with illegals, and they flood the streets with criminals by not locking them up.
Yep.
That has been their plan they are trying to terrorize you by making your streets unsafe.
Yep.
Toxic Man Flu for $5. If it'll highlight. There it goes. Everyone has an inner authoritarian in them, everyone. And what the left is about to find out is what real right-wing authoritarianism is all about.
Yeah, I don't hope
we're going to do it within the law.
Yeah, I just hope it doesn't swing
that
far.
authoritarian.
Yeah, I hope it doesn't swing as far as what Tox thinks, but I think you're also right, Brum. I think we'll find a way to do it within the law.
And a huge 10 gifted Brahma Bowl memberships from Randall Orser. I don't know that I've ever Randall, have you been in these streams before?
Dude, he should be one of your favorite Canadians.
Oh, I love Randall from all of Comix shows. I just don't know that I've seen him over here. But
he's been here for 3 months. Look, two comments down. Celebrating 3 months, bro.
I don't know that he's always actually in the live stream here.
Right,
so,
okay.
Wrestling with Horror, Alexander Tan, Not the Father. Toxic Man Flu got one. Koyuki Aihara, John Edgar, Jin, Deeple released a McCracken and KB. So Deeple's now on Rumble and YouTube. And then Randall with his membership chat that just jumped.
He's working.
I have a member. I do hope that Canada isn't completely lost. Sadly, our conservatives are similar to rhinos. The People's Party is more MAGA or MCGA. The thing is, you don't have free speech.
Yeah.
So I don't know how you rise up if nobody's allowed to speak. I'm hoping that Canada starts looking a lot like what happened yesterday in the UK.
Dude,
and people take to the streets and have demonstrations and stuff. The right has never been good at demonstrations. We have been good at flash anger, but we've never been good at demonstrations. But I mean, they can't arrest all of you. I mean, the truckers, look at that situation. They debanked them. They did all those kinds of things to them, but they stayed strong. That's what Canada needs. That's what the UK needs. That's what Australia needs.
It's what we need. I mean, we need to keep it going.
We also
can't
do.
Stop here. Yeah.
But we also have the ability to be on a live stream like this and say pretty much whatever the hell we want. Don't know that they are going to continue to have that in some of those places where you can be arrested just for praying on the street or saying, I love bacon.
That's retarded.
It's getting crazy in places. And I realize I'm not on the ground there. I don't see everything, but the clips that we do see from people that we do trust say that it's not normal over there right now. The Lee Review for $5 see that Scott Adams is now calling for the Democrat Party to be destroyed, said it may be a bad idea, but thinks now it's necessary. What the Democrat Party needs to do is expel the Democrat Socialists.
Yes, they do.
If they would do that, the Democrats might get somewhat back to normal. You get rid of the progressive side, the progressive wing, and you get rid of the Democratic Socialists, and you may still be able to salvage a party. But as long as you keep them in there, that their ideals are done, because those are the loudest voices on the left right now, and you've been taken over by your farthest left members of your party. But no, I did not see Scott Adams.
I did. It was amazing. His live stream today. I can't believe with all the cancer he's suffering and everything, every day could be his last. He was amazing today. Just incredible.
I don't think I'm aware of who that is.
He's the guy that drew Dilbert.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah.
You know who also has come out to make statements about this? His dad is in very poor health. Asmongold has been speaking out about this whole
Zach's been on top of it for sure. And look, I mean, we should probably say a lot of thanks to him, because over the course of the last 3 or 4 years, and correct me if I'm wrong, but that dude's been the most based guy, most reasonable human being on the planet. You know, he gets millions of views every single week, and all he's trying to do is keep everybody like between the lines. It's amazing.
Yeah, and we should be saying prayers for his dad, because he had actually announced right before this happened that he was going on a hiatus because he's got to take care of his dad because his dad is dying.
Pancreatic cancer.
That's not good.
Yeah. So, but this was enough to bring him back for at least a day or two to combat all this crap. And I believe he's working with. Who's he working with? It's one of the LawTube guys. Is it Coleman?
Legal Mindset, maybe?
Legal Mindset. He's working with Legal Mindset.
Yeah, they're really going
getting
after
all of
Hassan.
They're going after Hassan. They're going after all the people making celebratory posts, all that kind of stuff. So
I know Hassan is basically kind of shitting himself, and it's like, dude, you should be. I mean, you've called for violence multiple times in Minecraft.
He has done multiple interviews
with terrorists.
No. Like, people are going to him like, we need to get Hassan's thoughts on what happened.
Why? Look, I got to tell you right now, and I ask you a question. How is he still on Twitch?
He's best
friends. I don't know.
With the
I just saw
CEO.
Yeah, the CEO loves him. But I just saw yesterday a video where they were talking about landlords that would not rent out property in California, I think, and he literally just said, "Murder all of them. I want their blood to fill the streets." I don't know how that is not against Toss.
Oh, wait.
And when they do
okay,
suspend him,
okay.
when they do suspend him, they suspend him for Sunday, which is the day he doesn't stream. They give him 1 day suspensions on days he does not stream.
Oh, is that what they do? Oh, how kind of them.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
Elon
24-hour suspension on a day that you're not planning on doing anything anyway.
Elon called him out, called Twitch out. I'm not sure how they're going to be able to avoid a confrontation, or at least to have to deal with this.
He also, I think, he tagged Jeff Bezos into the call out.
Yeah.
The interesting thing would be Amazon Web Services makes a ton of money off government contracts.
That's true.
And
yeah,
you could, under the fact that Twitch is a wholly owned subsidiary of Amazon.
Oh no.
Use Hassan's advocating of terroristic threats.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff where they pulled up when he responded to things by showing how to make the weapon that they used to kill Prime Minister Abe in Japan.
Yeah.
Yep.
You could use that as a way, because every federal contract has language to be able to void that contract if you start doing things, or people within your control who are, and culture knows this term, agents.
Yes.
They become agents of your corporation if they start doing things like that are against the rules of the contract. So were the Secretary of War and the Department of Defense so inclined, they could start making Amazon's day very bad and even if Amazon Web Services ended up getting the contracts back, they just by canceling and making them recompete to get the contract for the service,
that'd be very bad.
They would be losing a lot of money, and that's when. So and Jeff Bezos obviously wants to keep in Trump's good graces, because Blue Origin is still trying to maintain their access on the NASA side. So long story short, TLDR. Hassan is becoming now a giant
national security risk.
And when we talk about the risk to Amazon, we're not talking about like a 6-figure risk. We're talking a 7+ figure loss risk, which is more than what Twitch generates for Amazon.
And come on, Chad.
And the legal risk, because
thank you.
I don't think that they're gonna pull Bezos in necessarily for Hassan. I would think that the contracts, Trump leans economics whenever he can, and I think just voiding a contract or two would be enough to send the message and get it done.
Yeah, and or shutting Amazon down for national security, because they could do that. They could do that.
Here's something here's the interesting thing. Under the Defense Production Act, Trump could nationalize Amazon Web Services and say that it's a vital national security interest because of how intertwined it is with the Department of Defense and our national security.
Yeah.
So he could effectively not even shut down Amazon Web Services, because that could be a hindrance to some operations. He could just take it, and then it's not on Amazon's book anymore.
Yep. And it'd be like,
I can't say I'm a fan of that.
No, I hate that idea. But what I do appreciate is the fact that they could basically shut them down completely for being a national security risk. Can you imagine Amazon no longer delivers packages every day?
Well, no, Amazon itself wouldn't be taken out, but but Amazon Web Services is so monetarily important. Do you know?
They make a lot of money off.
They also run Disney Plus.
But AWS is integrated into Amazon.
They'd have to pay to rebuild their entire architecture.
Exactly.
Which would, again, we're talking hundreds of billions of dollars.
Billions.
Disney Plus would go dark. Hulu would go dark. I believe Disney runs all of their stuff off AWS. So
the government, okay, and while I appreciate what Superior Nav said, the government can definitely move those two mountains. I'm going to tell you, the government can just say, nah, And that's what we don't realize. And again, as Tox was saying, there are some very authoritarian things that can happen here. I don't want them to, but I think that Bezos and the folks there and the people at Google, that Sundar piece of shit guy, I think they need to be worried about the fact that they don't exist without the government.
Since you invoked Tox, we've also got a $5 super chat from him. Authoritarians always do things within the law. The pendulum has swung. It's been a fun ride, but here's where I get off. Wait, not like that.
Wait, not like that.
Wait. I just remember his sudden collision with Nick Weiser. I think he already got off, but I could be wrong.
But not in a good way.
It looked like it hurt.
So, I mean, with Hassan, his uncle has been very vocal. Does anybody believe the crocodile tears coming out of Cenk?
I do.
No,
I actually do. I'm not a fan of him, but I think he's legit. I mean, he looks.
You don't think he's just covering his ass for the?
No, I don't. I think. I mean, the video I saw, he looked very sincere and very emotional, broken up over it. I think Cenk is a lot of things, but I think in that instance, he was actually being sincere.
I'm going to have to see a little bit more proof of his sincerity before I will give him that. I think it's crocodile tears, but
lack of contrition.
Yeah, I mean, even on the Piers Morgan show, I mean, he still would not admit that the left has any part of this, that their rhetoric caused anything to happen.
Well, and again, I think that's probably because he is very much neck deep in the liberal bubble, and for him to admit it would basically destroy his worldview.
Well, look, he's already had his, but didn't he already have his worldview destroyed? But by what's her chick actually going, I'm going to leave the left.
Kasparian.
Yeah,
Anna Kasparian.
Yeah, I'm like, look,
has she gotten back to acting like a lunatic yet?
She's now gotten onto the Israel, train thing.
Yeah,
she's gone down that different road. So while she's gotten more conservative on certain things, she's gone more conspiracy on others.
Yeah.
You know who has made a complete flip that has been interesting to see is Jillian Michaels.
Dude, she is the most outspoken
she's blowing
person.
up everywhere.
Oh man! And look, and Justine Bateman. I mean, she and Justine Bateman are just like, it's like watching like a howitzer go after Hollywood. I'm like, well, thank you. We've been saying it for years.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Hey, go ahead.
Yes, Brahmatar. Cenk is the uncle of Hassan.
Yeah, he is. He is.
Yeah, no, his name is
Hassan actually started with the Young Turks.
Yeah, he did.
But to speak
in fact,
to
there's a
Jillian-
fantastic debate between Hassan and Charlie Kirk, where Cenk is out in the audience and starts screaming at Charlie, and Charlie goes back at him from the stage into the audience. It's a good one. You should look that one up.
That's actually a clip that is routinely taken out of context, where they leave
Yes,
out
it
the
is.
part that
Because they try to say he's saying chink.
Yeah, where they try to make it sound like here's a clip of Charlie Kirk using racial slurs for 3 minutes.
Exactly.
No. It's chunk. Just say chunk. It's safer.
There's so many ways that I've heard his name pronounced. Cenk, Sank,
Cranky Cenk.
I mean, it's all over the place, but yeah, they've tried to use that as a racial thing against him
One
for
thing
years.
that it is not pronounced is Armenian genocide.
What?
Which should piss off Anna.
Oh, there you go. Comix got it.
Oh yeah,
The Young Turks, yeah.
Because Cenk specifically won't denounce it even to this day.
No, he won't.
And
Okay,
he
so
does
He's
call for-
kind of addressed it. It's like, dude, seriously, it's like calling yourself the Young Turks is in bad taste. Once you realize it's connected to the Armenian genocide.
Part of his platform running for office was that bestiality should be okay as long as it's pleasuring the animal. It's not for the human's pleasure. It's got to be for the animal's pleasure.
Fucking stupid.
I can't
That's
believe
the ticket.
I can't believe he believes that. But then again, the left believes a lot of crazy shit.
Yeah.
And look, I'm going to draw the distinction that Charlie Kirk drew. The left and liberals, different.
Well, yeah.
Okay. The leftists are insane, and the liberals are just like, hey, let's have a little more favorable view of those people, that don't align necessarily with what is quote unquote within the moral bounds. That's all.
Well, maybe they should
where
start calling out their crazies.
Well, no, that's where Jillian Michaels and Justine Bateman fall in. It's the meme that Rama shared with us on Friday where they were left of center.
Got that. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And then, in 2002, they would have been
stick figure.
Yeah.
The stick figure is like, wait, because everything good.
And things have gotten so batshit crazy. Now they're all the way over. They've been pushed
culture
over
for
into
years.
this, yeah.
For years, culture has said that's kind of where he was.
I mean, I was slightly left.
There's the
center.
update. There's the updated version.
Yep.
The left people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, and now they target them. That's the other thing the left doesn't realize. If you're a liberal, you don't realize you're a target now. You're one of us. Start ducking. Because people out there are going to inscribe stuff on the casing of a bullet that says catch.
Catch this fascist.
Yeah.
Well, okay, we've already seen this during various Antifa riots where they spray paint graffiti that says liberals get the bullet too.
Yeah. Yeah, they don't.
So
look,
yeah,
they're not on your
It's not like
team.
they're next on the list, okay? Because they totally are.
You're on the list. You're not next. You are on the list. You are a target. Look, fake black lady that ran for president. What's her name?
Kamala Harris.
Yeah, that lady. Yeah, she was on the list. She did not fit. She humped her way to the top. They probably didn't like that so much.
Culture, you must have not remembered that she started working at McDonald's. That's
McDonald's doesn't even have that. What are you talking about?
They even took a fake picture and photoshopped it to have her in a McDonald's uniform.
No,
yeah, none of that was true.
She everybody knows her real work was with with
Brown.
Willie
Brown.
No,
Yeah.
It's Willie Brown.
And
look,
Montel Williams before that.
dude,
Are
all
you
I
Or was
know,
it after?
there's
No,
a
it was
re-
after, wasn't it?
there's a reason why.
Montel was after. Yeah.
There's a reason why you were discredited during multiple campaigns as a heels up candidate, and she was.
The only thing I think that Tulsi Gabbard should have brought up was all that during the debate. Not just her soft on crime and shit. Yeah, she should have brought that up too. That would
Tulsi gave a good speech at the vigil tonight too.
I love Tulsi.
I would encourage everybody to go watch the Kennedy Center vigil for Charlie.
Yeah.
You could
Watch
probably
the one-
skip into about at 45 minutes.
Watch the one
if you don't
coming
like
up.
a worship service, but yeah,
Watch the one coming up at the Cardinals
in
Stadium.
Arizona.
I'll be there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm still going to try to make AmFest this year. I think
You
it'll be
better.
a huge memorial.
I will be there with you. Drew
The
Outstanding.
problem is it's so close to freaking Christmas.
Yeah, but I know. But Drew Outstanding will be there. I'll be able to drive you wherever you want to go. I'll take care of you, just like Mad took care of me. And look, not the same way. I mean, that's a little different. But I will drive you around. How about that? And we'll have a good time. I promise. It'll be a good time.
Well, the wife, since we missed Chicago, is still looking at your birthday offer.
Oh, to go to the cabin?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, that would be
Since
amazing.
we didn't make the Chicago.
No, I just wanted to make sure because you are the only one that confirmed, Matt.
Matt didn't confirm.
Yeah, he did.
Confirmed?
Yeah, you said you were coming. You were going to bring that girl person.
Oh no, that definitely.
Oh, I
did not
definitely don't think that's happening.
Wait, she's
you may have been able to convince Mad he had agreed when he didn't remember his things, but as soon as you went a little too far, he's like,
no, she
"You
would
agreed
definitely show up.
You agreed
Night,
to bring
Eric.
her. No, it's that he wouldn't bring her.
Oh, all right. Well, anyway, she got an invitation too. That's all. I got.
Talks for $5. Authoritarian is just authoritarian and comes from both sides in different packaging. You are scaring me right now, Sirius. I am getting off. Wait
By the way, Tuesday, for all of you who like us, if you're a member of my channel or Ian's channel, you're going to want to show up. By the way, Ian's this comics division guy, just in case.
Hi.
Yeah. We are having a Tuesday watch party. We're going to be watching The Running Man, the original one, not the like half-baked one that's about to release.
Well, I mean, obviously we're not
the
watching
new
the
one
new
may actually. The new one may actually stick to the story.
Yeah, but wait a minute.
It's Edgar Wright. I mean, he hasn't done a bad movie.
Right,
Yeah.
but
And
also
I actually want to see it.
I'm
It's
going
Glenn
to see
Powell.
it.
It's one of our favorite actors right now.
Okay, can I just get y'all to calm down and just say this? I'm going to see the movie. It'll be the last Stephen King movie I see.
Oh boy, you already backtracked on that one.
Well,
pretty
but
quick,
it's
huh?
okay
Remember
because
earlier?
technically it's not Stephen King because he didn't use his real name.
It's Richard Bachman.
Yeah, it's Richard Bachman.
Well,
Still Stephen King.
Hold on.
I know.
That means I can go see The Walk because that was one of the Bachman books too.
The Long
You know
Walk.
what? You know what,
Yeah.
Chad?
Ooh, do I get to bust out my Blu-ray of Maximum Overdrive?
Oh, okay, that was a fun movie. All I can say is this:
Hey, Mr. King, why was that movie like that? Well, I was high as fuck on cocaine.
he was. There was.
Why
dude,
was it
his-
so good? Because I was high
Oddly
as fuck on
enough,
cocaine.
my copy of The Running Man
Okay.
has Stephen King with a tiny little thing under Stephen King that says, written as Richard Bachman.
Regardless, okay.
I'll be
the
honest with you. I
original
like
movie-
Richard Bachman more than I like Stephen King.
Yeah, Richard
Right now,
Bachman.
absolutely.
That's a lot of coke. Anyway, all right. Okay, what were we talking about? What's
$2
important?
from Parrot Head.
Oh.
Did you talk about the incident in the Arizona theater? I'm not aware.
No, I'm not
Maybe?
aware of that.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't know. But I
Can
have
you give us some
something-
more info?
yeah.
wait,
Hey,
say
yeah. Could you like hieroglyphics would be better than what we just got there? Give me something.
I have something for Matt.
And you don't have to super chat it. Just
No,
tell us
just
in
put
the
it out
chat.
there. Hey, put it out there.
Matt, are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm on the right window. Oh, I saw this. I downloaded it.
Holy kiss,
bro!
Shorties.
You're not gonna give me an LP video I don't already have saved.
dude. This is great.
Okay, my question is, did you tag Tom in this?
Tom,
Because as we all know,
he's
Tom
the
has a
one I
midget
saw.
fetish.
Yeah, that's how I found it.
Tommy needs this.
Yeah. So.
He does have a fetish. Who whipped it out and pissed on a kid? I don't know what.
Oh, yeah,
that was a thing. I saw
yeah,
that story. That was
I
all
did
right.
too.
So,
dude, wait,
it
was
was
he?
at an it was an AMC theater showing a Demon Slayer. And
But wait a minute, was this on FNT? Because I remember a guy doing this on FNT.
Yeah, I remember that too, Gavin.
Oh yeah,
I was oddly absent that day.
that was the weirdest thing.
So was Garrett right when he needed to be there
Yeah,
to
Garrett
cut the
needed to be
feed.
to cut off the
Well,
lead.
okay, that was the day I made the mistake of trying to install my RTX graphics card in my computer.
Yeah, I have
and
one of those.
I managed to fuck up my system, and that's the system I stream.
Might have been
on.
smarter to wait for Saturday
After that.
after you're done with the biggest show that you do.
Hey,
Maybe.
Comix, release the McCracken. Robbie wants to know when you actually recorded the video of the little people being kissed.
I'm sorry, what?
You were the front man
I'm sorry, what?
in the video we just watched.
No, I'm pretty sure that was you.
Mini kiss.
Sure,
yeah,
that was you.
Sex Pistol was about his penis.
Okay.
That's all I know of Kiss.
Yes.
Did you hear about the douchebag that desecrated the memorial?
And got tackled, taken
Yeah.
down multiple times by
Yeah.
people, and then the cops took him away.
Yeah. What a douche-canoe.
Yeah.
Who fucking does that, man? I mean,
Hassan.
People who listen to Hassan.
Also true.
Yeah.
But
there was one other thing. So, off of Charlie Kirk, still political. California did pass their little law that police cannot have masks on. I want everybody to understand
that doesn't affect federal.
ICE is federal.
Yeah.
Over the next few days, when you see this coming out, because it's going to start coming out, people are going to start talking about it. Realize that this cannot be directed at federal agents.
Yeah. So
it's literally just the local police. So they're going to try to throw a fit about ICE continuing to wear masks because weird when you're doing something that is completely within the law, but a whole group of people will dox you and try to kill you. Yes, you may want to cover your face doing the actual enforcement of law.
Not only that, though.
The fact that they had to do that is fucking insane.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Go
ahead, man.
It's also because of the people that you're dealing with, right?
Yeah.
You don't want them to have any information on you.
Yeah,
or your
cartel
family or your
people
face.
especially, yeah.
Or your family.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm going to tell you right now. I think this is dumb, and I think they know it's dumb. And I think they're just expressing their hate for law enforcement with this kind of a law, which means that people like Mad would have been in the line of fire, despite the fact that he's only arresting you for drunk driving.
No, I picked up illegals. I didn't want to, but they fucking came out the woods anyways. I was just reaching for my flashlight.
Mad tried to arrest me for freaking drunk walking.
Because you were you were an asshole too.
Wow.
I've heard that. I don't remember it, but I've heard it.
He just would not.
Me and
follow
Garrett
the
were a
instructions.
little bit gone at that point.
I will say this.
Garrett was a gentleman.
Mad was a very polite
I've
officer.
seen Garrett when he's had too much to drink. He basically just stands there in the middle of when we were in Vegas, he just stood in one place for like 2 hours, not doing anything.
also, what's amazing?
I also think he may have had something in his drink. I'm
all,
not sure.
All I'll say is it's amazing when he's drunk in Florida because he rents a empty lot.
An Airbnb that doesn't exist.
That was amazing.
So somebody, Copy Kitty asked, what's the story in the Arizona theater? So a man in the theater unzipped his pants and started pissing on a kid and then got his ass beat, apparently.
Oh, okay. That's what that was.
He got knocked the F
I
out.
saw somebody getting their ass beat in the theater. Okay, that's what that was.
And then he was arrested, as he should have been.
You know what? What's her bitch really enjoyed that. She normally goes down on him in a theater, but otherwise whoops their ass in a theater.
What the hell are you talking about, Coulter?
He's roughly
Alanis
quoting
Morissette.
Alanis Morissette. Okay. Yeah.
You know,
From the album Jagged Little Pill.
Yeah. Come on, Comix. What the hell?
You know, it was about
Dave Coulier.
Dave Coulier, Uncle
Joey on
Uncle Joey. You know,
Full
cut
House.
it out. Cut it out.
Cut it out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you don't remember
That's who it
that?
was
No, I remember
supposedly
that
written
song.
about.
Yeah, I remember that song allegedly being written about him, Uncle Joey.
Yeah. Look,
No, it
we
was
are
written
skating
about
the
him.
edges right now. This is what it's about. Being on our kind of a stream. It's like the edges.
It's like when you got 1,000 spoons and all you need is a knife.
That's ironic.
Isn't that
It's
ironic?
very ironic.
Isn't that ironic?
Don't you think?
I really do think.
Hey, Brahma.
It's a little too ironic. Yes,
Brahma, did you think you would go 3 hours tonight?
we've been doing a little bit of extra time, especially if everybody just likes hanging out. I mean, we brought it back to Charlie, and then we've gotten back to just hanging out. So I'm fine with it.
All right.
I'm surprised you're still here.
Me?
Yeah, what's up with that? Bitch, you
Well,
can't even
'cause
make
every
2
other
hours of
show
my
that you're on, you're like,
I'm trying to
1 hour.
stretch.
That's all I'll give you.
No, I'm trying to stretch my Sunday night. Calm down. Everybody knows we're bringing next week the reintroduction of the late night culture show. I have to lead into Brahma Bull. I have to have chops.
What are you gonna do? Same thing?
Something. No, it's about the same thing, but a little bit different. I expect Comix to be there. I want Mad to be there, but he doesn't show up anymore. He'll show up here, but not on my show. Chad can show
Well,
up.
we can
but
talk about that.
Oh, that'll be
backstage.
fun. I think it'll be great. We should talk about that.
Well, since we're basically doing outros anyway, and we are at almost 3 hours, I would like to thank everybody for being here, and thank you for all the super chats and the gifted memberships. Culture, What do you have coming up?
Tomorrow is like the normal Monday, so I'll be doing the 6-minute daily. You should show up for that. That'll be fun. We're going to talk about everything that's happening in Hollywood, including apparently Paramount buying Warner Brothers Discovery. Okay, that may or may not happen, but it'll be an interesting merger. And then we've got a lot. Fox News having to apologize for telling the truth. Sydney Sweeney's film that everybody said was a failure wasn't, because it was only like 12 theaters. The Witcher having a douchebag that took over Henry
Best
Cavill's
thing I
role.
saw that was that they call him Temu Witcher, which is
Witcher. Why is he a douchebag? Because he got a job.
No, it's fine. He
didn't
got
fire
the job.
Henry.
Mad. He's not American. He took an American's job.
He took an American job. Yeah.
Wait, Henry Cavill's not American.
Henry Cavill's not even American.
You know what? That's a detail you didn't need to bring up.
That was fucking hilarious.
And then
what about when Henry Cavill had a mustache and loaded his arms?
Then 3 other definitely weak sauce opinions about Charlie Kirk. So I got a lot coming out on the 6-minute daily. Tomorrow I'm dropping a video at 5:30 Pacific time, which is 8:30 Eastern time. By the way, the clocks are about to change, so I will have no idea what time it is anywhere, and because I don't understand time changes, and so you'll find me at a different time at some point in time in the future. Anyway, thanks for being here. I want to say thank you to Brahma for leaving me an open invitation to come in here and destroy the stream. So thank you.
Yes, I did forget that I had done that, and then you did come in.
Hey, by the way, make America great again. Damn it!
I wore it all day at the zoo today, and only got compliments.
Dude, I did
Also,
that. I was at the grocery store. So yeah.
You know what was really weird? So today was like Armed Services Day at the zoo, right? So they gave a discount to all active military. I only heard about 3 other families speaking English in the zoo today.
Oh shit.
And it was packed. Like they were sold out because they do advanced tickets. Like we went at 10:30, and the next tickets were at like 2:00. So the whole place was packed. I heard at least 8 different languages today at the zoo. And it was kind of funny because you could tell who may not be here legally because they would not come anywhere near me. My daughter is sitting there and she's like, there's a lot of people not speaking English. I was like, yes, there is. She was like, have you noticed how many of them skirt you specifically? Like will not make eye contact and go the other direction. It was kind of funny, but I got multiple compliments on the hat. Like always, I've never had anybody come and get in my face about the hat. And I wear it everywhere now. Especially, I wore it everywhere during the election. I didn't really wear it that much in the months between. But after Charlie, the hats, I'm going to get a Turning Point USA shirt, probably the one with Charlie that they just released with the Bible quote on it as well. But I'm wearing the hat everywhere, and people can suck it. Sammy Threepeat for $9.99. Brahma Bull is my boy. You guys should go check out Sammy's show. He starts about an hour before us, so I give you permission to check him out, and then make sure you're back over here.
Hold on, wait, isn't that?
But then get back over here.
I'm talking about. I have to stand up for culture.
But they can
here.
also check out Sammy Threepeat. He asked me to be a guest this week, and it doesn't work out with me trying to get this show together. But Sammy's a good guy. You should definitely give him a sub as well. But yes,
Sammy,
we're going to have some busy Sunday nights coming.
Yeah. Sammy, reach out to me, bro. Okay, do that.
I can give you his business card.
Bro, just send me the freaking contact info, bro.
There's his business card.
Okay.
He brought him to Dallas. I've still got it right here.
Okay. Send me.
All right. Who's next? Let's do Mad Cheesemo. What do you got coming up?
Yeah, Tuesday, 9:15 p.m. Central. Be doing another MadEPAP. Man, this story that we're going to tell this week is amazing. Probably one of the best stories we've done yet.
That means Matt hasn't picked it.
Matt hasn't chosen.
I love a guy that runs a channel that's so prepared.
So is it the story about your ingrown pubic hair again?
Oh, shh! Don't tell. Shh.
No, it turns out that was herpes. Anyway, so what?
Oh shit!
Good comeback.
Yeah, thank you. I thought about it. No, I took ibuprofen and just sweat that shit out. Like, you just got to do it every few months because you'll get it again.
John Wayne for $10. I haven't said a word all night, and night all. You said at least one thing because we talked about you for about 3 minutes.
Oh, you were here.
Last week's story, we talked about Bill Veeck, who invented Ivy and did other things with baseball. He was one of my favorite people we've talked about yet. He was fucking awesome.
He was a showman animal. He was like, I knew I loved him when he put an LP into Major League Baseball.
Yeah, he did.
He was a hoe for show.
And what was his number? It was like 1/8.
1/8. Nope.
1/8.
Yep.
Yeah.
And his contract was on a like a little index card.
By the way, I think all future laws that we pass have to be on an index card at 24-point print going forward. So every single law passed by Congress, 24-point print on an index card.
That's when they're inventing one of those like 3-body problem like quantum computers that can fold up. And
They'll fold an atom and then
I'm
write
just
on
telling
it
you.
and then expand it.
No, I'm just telling you, if they had to do that, we'd be better off in this world. Holy crap.
Comics, what do you got coming?
Sleep. That's what I got coming up next.
You liar. Tomorrow we have a show. Tuesday we have a show. Thursday we got a show.
Comics is the best at promoting himself and where he
and
will
us. And us. If you notice that, by extension, it's like, nah, fuck the guys I work with. It's fine.
Oh, Comics. You want to tell what you found out on your Twitter today?
Oh, Lord.
Oh, God. Yeah. Here. I'll show you guys. Give me a second here. I didn't tweet it out mainly because I had like no fucking clue if
That's
this
true.
was like legit or not.
True.
1 second.
It's legit. I just don't know that you know when it happened.
I legit have no idea when this happened. So, yeah. I don't know what caused me to look this up. I'm go ahead and sharing it.
Well, I'm sure you clicked on one of the tweets because there's been a lot of them lately.
Yeah, apparently Charlie Kirk was following me.
He was following you.
It's like,
which means there's the slightest chance that Charlie Kirk had watched one of our streams at some point.
At least.
It was like, fuck these guys. They're retards.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the funny thing is at the time I wasn't following him. And I thought I actually was following Charlie Kirk, but apparently I wasn't. And I was actually really, really fucking shocked to see that he was following me. And it's like, I don't know if this is, his...
That's his account.
No, it is his account.
If he did it or somebody managing his account did it, or I have no idea when this happened.
I really don't think it's been active. I mean, this is his Charlie Kirk show account. I doubt they're going and following a whole bunch of people. They're probably doing that from Turning Point. So he's probably followed you for a while and you just didn't know it.
And he probably wanted to think about you in the future as a guest, and you disappointed him.
Probably.
Well, I'm assuming there's probably a connection through FNT and Benny Johnson.
Yeah.
Because Benny and Charlie
Possibly
were friends.
Yeah. I know they're friends. So yeah, I was very surprised to see that. It's
cool.
an honor I do not deserve.
That's true.
But a cool honor.
It is. Very much so.
Oh boy.
All right. Lil Chad.
Hey,
what
this
you got
guy
coming up this week.
This guy.
Yeah, we got MadEPAP on Tuesday with the greatest story ever not told that we're gonna find out about.
Okay, don't build it up too much, man. Still got to find it.
And then I know on the Ascendant Arcade channel, Slender's been streaming. Was it Hollow Knight?
Hollow Knight, Silk Song.
Silk Song, yeah, that's a great game.
He's been really enjoying that. So keep an eye out for streams there. And then our normal
I am
Friday
so
night
far
show.
ahead of him. So far ahead of him.
Our normal Friday night show on Fridays 9 p.m. Eastern, and this week I guess I don't know if anyone cares about a Demon Knight review. Not Demon Knight, Demon Slayer.
Demon Slayer.
I don't even know what comes out this week in
Infinity
regular
Castle.
movies.
Yeah. Nothing. $70 million. By the way, we're talking about that tomorrow.
Well,
Lil Chad.
Final Tap came out.
Yeah, nobody cared. 70 million. No, literally nobody cared.
Tom said it was actually pretty good.
Yeah, nobody went. 70 million
With an
in
almost
domestic
3-hour runtime too.
It's amazing. Yeah, no. And I missed it because of a migraine, but I'll just tell you this much. Everybody that I know that went that I was supposed to go with loved it.
The animation was amazing.
That's what I hear. That's what I hear.
But I mean,
I'm not jealous at all.
If you haven't watched Demon Slayer, you're going to be very lost. They're getting to the
continuation of the anime.
Well,
I love Demon Slayer.
Yeah.
It's such a good manga
You will
and
love
anime.
it. You'll love it.
Infinity Castle is like the end. Like this is the end arc.
Oh, they got to the end arc. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so
Because I started watching with my wife. I mean, I already read the manga at that point. She really liked the show.
All right. There was another super thing.
I see it.
Okay.
Sammy.
Hey.
For another $4.99, 90s pocket design to you all.
I will.
All right. What?
Gotcha. I will say that I think if we total up everything, the chat did not come through for Mad to be named a co-host.
I
that's
actually
true.
think they probably did.
No. It's
I thought it was that if they do it, I'm not.
No.
What power are we giving them?
Well, I just say that with the Canadian dollars, I'm not sure.
Well, I'd say with the 10 memberships from the Canadian dollars, that probably did a huge chunk. And then there was the $40 from Soul123. And then there's been a lot of super chats.
Why?
Very grateful.
Oh, Adam's in here? What's up, man?
I was trying to free you up, bro.
Yeah, Mad's going to claim he's a co-host either way. So.
I'm a co-host on every show I go on.
By the way, you know what I miss, Mad? And you don't care. But I miss our Wednesday show.
Oh, boy.
Sammy says they're doing like 3 more movies after this one.
Wednesday Live was the greatest show ever made.
3 more what, Demon Slayer movies? Or
I think that's what he said. He said, no, there's like 3 more movies. So that's what I would assume.
That's a
I
pretty
know
long...
nothing about Demon Slayer, so I can't really speak
Is that
to anything.
the musical one that all the kids are going to?
I'm just
No,
disappointed.
that's something completely different.
That's
we had
the
something
K-pop
going.
movie, right?
Yeah.
What is that one?
We did like
K-pop
news.
Demon Slayer.
We did like information.
So there's Demon Slayer and K-pop Demon Slayer.
people
No,
actually.
it's K-pop Demon Hunters, I think. Is what they're-
Yeah.
Demon Hunter? Okay.
Yeah, people got to know Mad for real on that show. I'm just like, it's fine. Whatever.
Jaffo makes a good point. Wait. So you get a bunch of Canadian money and now there's a gay as a host? Okay, I get it.
Wow.
Wait, are we making culture
isn't
a
Canadian
host?
money actually gay? I mean, come on. In Mad's defense,
We can't make everyone a host.
It's true. I guess it stays with me and Little Chad. Because
Sounds
our
fair.
third co-host only shows up about 2 times
That's
out
what
of the
makes
month.
me the great co-host. Because you don't
As
have to
for me,
rely on me.
As for me, I'll be on with Comics Division Monday and Thursday. Are we announcing? Are we announcing what's going on tomorrow?
You don't have anything to do on Tuesday?
Tuesday, we have the watch party. You don't show up.
No, Tuesday I go on Mad's channel, Mad's new channel, and I am in part of his panel. But are we telling people what's going on tomorrow? Comics?
Probably.
A return?
what the fuck is going on? Now?
Okay. Sir Talks a Lot. Corey is
shit,
coming
Corey.
back
Yeah,
to
Corey.
Monday and Thursday.
I
At
was
least
like,
Monday. I don't know about Thursday. Well, I thought you guys were somewhat excited that he was
I
coming
was.
back after
No,
a
I am.
long
I'm
hiatus.
dude, I'm fucking tired, dude. I'm like waiting to go to bed. And
I
was like,
get
what
it.
is-
I just couldn't believe you guys didn't get the
I
reference.
do.
Yeah,
was
yes,
talking
yes.
about.
Corey's coming back. It's funny because Corey, it's so funny. I mean, he has an open invitation and he knows it. He's like, "Hey
And he
guys,
thinks he has to ask
is
permission.
it okay if I come back on Monday?" It's like,
fucking
hey,
yes.
of course I wear a spy back. It's like, fuck off, dude. I'm kidding. I was like, of course, dude. We'd love to have you back. It's like,
I mean, have you heard comics read things? Come
Yeah,
on.
no,
we need our reader
Corey,
back
we
at very
need-
least.
Yeah. Oh God, yes. No, I mean Corey has a great voice, and
you can't fucking rely on Brahma to do it.
no,
I can do it in multiple voices, just not my own.
that's true.
All right. Well,
You get me going walking or Sean Connery.
Walking is the
fantastic at
best.
reading.
All super chat should be read in the walking.
Come on.
By the way,
as
I
nice as it
think
is, it's like a 1 a.m. and I do need to probably go.
Yeah,
I
I
let me
look.
I'll finish my
Darren-
outro and
Darren
we'll
M.
get out of here.
Chad, I have
Darren
a
M.
job.
Darren M is actually the best outro, so do that.
Darren M. What,
Yeah,
What are you talking about?
read on the chat. The best outro ever.
Fair enough. At Jaffo. That's the one I see. I'm trying to
from
search.
Darren M. That's on the
As
fucking
Dave
screen.
Allen used to say while signing off, good night, good luck, and may God go with you.
There you go.
May your God go with you. But also, I'm on Mad's channel on Tuesday night. I'm on Ascendant Art with
purpose?
Little Chad on Friday night. Hockey is
Are you-
only about
wait,
25 days away for
Wait,
Saturday night.
Are you
and
going to
we're
be on the
always back
Sunday
here.
late night show before this show?
Likely,
Good.
but I also have to prep this show, so it depends on what's going on with the
That's like-
family on a
that's-
Sunday.
That's
So-
3.5 minutes. This thing is
Yes,
like, yeah.
but everybody's trying to get out of here. So
Right.
here are some credits. Hope everybody has a great night. Thank you all again for the donations. And yeah, God bless Charlie Kirk.
God bless Charlie Kirk.
Yeah. Prayers up.
Now we talk over the song everybody hates.
Indeed.
Can they hear us? Because
Yeah. they
No,
can
no,
hear
Matt.
us.
You can drop all the inbobs you want. Nobody can hear you.
Easy.
I'm not going to waste
I
my
said
3.
we can talk the way we want on the channel now, but also, I'm sorry, I was not able to get them updated because of the trip to the zoo. So
Wow,
there
this
are
is-
quite a few members that need to be added in.
Yeah, because this is like the
Who
slowest.
did this
like-
for you?
Yeah, this is terrible.
This is the most basic. I finally got Premiere Pro.
I love how
Yeah,
culture
but
constantly complains about these are my friends, but he's just as bad as
Right?
It actually shows their avatars. What other channel shows the avatars for everybody?
I
Not just
don't
their
know,
name.
but that's such a waste of space.
No, that's not the problem.
Well, I feel that way about a
If
certain
only
member
this
on the
were-
panel now.
If only this were our Mad Cheesemo production.
Yeah, I feel
Right?
like Mad actually did these.
Well,
Matt,
Matt, as
really-
a co-host,
Doesn't-
could do something for me.
Fine.
Doesn't
Send me a
everybody
list.
have this like scrolling thing?
Oh wait, I don't have.
Yeah, everybody who has EV Mux.
I don't have. Yeah, but you
Mux.
can do an outro video anyway. But I don't have Premiere Pro right now. I have fucking DaVinci, which I'm not liking at all.
Why?
Because I like Premiere Pro.
Yeah,
'Cause I know where
okay.
everything is.
Bungalow, I'm glad this was cathartic. And yes, RIP to Charlie.
R.I.P. Charlie. Yeah,
we
I
tried to. We did a lot of Charlie, and we did a little bit of levity.
I didn't. I
like the
never,
balance tonight.
I never did any of that.
What, Premiere Pro?
I fucking love Jeff Charles.
What did he say?
The Beast.
Oh, I'll drop it in the private chat. It's
Wait, is this
fucking
going again?
Hilarious.
No, it's the
Oh.
same thing.
And it goes by how long they've been.
Days.
Um.
Wow.
Also, don't forget, everybody. Next week, Keri Smith and Mikey
know her.
Harlow coming
I
on.
know that guy. I love that guy.
We're gonna have fun.
He's awesome.
Try to get back to
I gotta go
back
hang
to
out with him.
normal. Well, Sex and the City Revisited or whatever the hell it is.
Oh, what
is
the
already
fuck
done.
is wrong with
And then this happened or some shit like that.
Yeah, he was going at Sex and the City every Sunday, I think, but
I wouldn't go at that at all. Those are ugly bitches, and some of them are lesbians.
Also, somebody had asked earlier if I could how to get the clip that I played of Charlie explaining everything, the 5 or 6 minute clip. I'll put it on my Twitter timeline and you can go grab it. And if you didn't watch, if you weren't here when we played that,
hey,
definitely go back and watch that clip because that's Charlie at his best and most recent.
Brahma, I love you, but there's no fucking music here, dude.
And that's just Evie Mux not allowing you to hear it, or the song is over, and so are the credits. So,
all right.
Have a good night, everybody. We'll catch you later.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.